The chamber is open and full of whispers.
Harry Potter is 5 years old and running. His 2 large shoes, Dudley's cast-offs, slap against the pavement. Behind him, Dudley's gang. 4 boys, all bigger, all meaner. Big D's demolition crew. That's what they call themselves. Harry's crime today, existing. Yesterday it was making Aunt Petunia's laundry float when she screamed at him for breaking a dish he didn't touch. This morning Vernon locked him in the cupboard for 6 hours after the garden shed disappeared during one of Dudley's tantrums. Harry made it reappear, eventually, but Vernon didn't care. The bruise on Harry's ribs throbs with each breath. From Vernon's boot, punishment for freakishness. Magnolia Crescent blurs past. Harry's lungs burn. He's small for his age, malnourished. The gang is gaining. Then he sees it. Little whinging public library. Brick building. Glass doors. Safety. Aunt Petunia never follows him here. She thinks libraries are pretentious and full of useless rubbish. Vernon calls them wastes of tax money, which means they're perfect. Harry crashes through the doors. The librarian, Mrs. Chen, kind eyes, always smiles at him, looks up from her desk. He doesn't stop, doesn't explain, just runs. Into the stacks, children's section, bright colors, small chairs, picture books arranged by size and color, and there, sitting cross-legged on the floor, a girl. Hermione Granger is 5 years old and categorizing. She's built a tower, 18 books, sorted by height, then by color. Then by subject, her parents, Dan and Emma, dentists, logical people, are browsing the adult section. They gave her 30 minutes. She's using every second. The tower is perfect. Red at the base, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple at the top. A rainbow of knowledge. She's explaining the organizational system to herself, out loud, quietly. It helps her think. Then a boy crashes into her tower. Books explode, scatter, her perfect system destroyed. Hermione looks up. The boy is small, messy black hair that sticks up in every direction. Bright green eyes behind cracked round glasses held together with tape. Clothes 3 sizes too big. A purple-yellow bruise peeking from under his collar. He's breathing hard. Terrified, Hermione doesn't cry, doesn't yell. She stares at him, really stares. And something inside her chest pulls, like a string connecting her ribs to his, invisible, insistent. The boy stares back, his eyes widen. You're magic, Hermione says, not a question, a fact. The boy's mouth opens, closes. I am too, Hermione continues. I made my teacher's chalk float yesterday during nap time. Mummy and Daddy think I'm imagining things, but I'm not. I know what I saw. The boy's voice is a whisper, hoarse from running. You? You can do it too? The floating thing? Yes. Also, I made my bath water hot when it was cold, and I fixed my doll's arm after Daddy accidentally broke it. He doesn't know. I did it at night. I thought I was the only one. Hermione tilts her head, studies him like one of her books. You're hurt. I'm always hurt. Who hurt you? My uncle, my aunt, my cousin, everyone. Hermione's chest tightens. The pulling sensation grows stronger. That's not right. Adults aren't supposed to hurt children. They hurt me, logically, completely. Then you'll stay here, with me. We'll read together. They won't find you in the library. The boy looks at her. Really looks. Why are you helping me? And because it's the right thing to do, she holds out her hand. I'm Hermione Granger. The boy looks at her hand, then at her face, then back at her hand. He reaches out. Their fingers touch. The world goes white. Not slowly, not gently. Instant, blinding, all-consuming. Every book in the children's section levitates, rises, floats, pages flutter open like wings. The windows crack, spiderweb fractures racing across glass. The lights flicker, brighten, burst. Mrs. Chen screams. Dan and Emma Granger run toward the sound. Other patrons scramble for the exits. But Harry and Hermione don't notice. They're somewhere else. Together. Inside the white, it's not empty, not void. It's full. Harry sees Hermione's thoughts, her memories, her fears and hopes and dreams laid bare. A little girl who reads to escape loneliness, who has no friends because she's too smart and too serious, who asks too many questions and corrects too many adults, and doesn't understand why that makes people uncomfortable. A little girl who is brilliant and kind and desperately lonely. Hermione sees Harry's thoughts, his memories, his pain. A little boy locked in a cupboard, starved, beaten, told he's worthless, told he's a freak, told the world would be better if he'd never been born. A little boy who survives by making himself small, who apologizes for breathing, who dreams of somewhere, anywhere else. A little boy who is brave and broken and completely alone. Their cores touch, magic to magic, soul to soul, and something fundamental shifts. The barriers dissolve, the separation ends. Two becomes one. The white fades. They're on the floor, surrounded by fallen books, broken glass, scattered papers. Still holding hands, tears stream down both their faces. Harry gasps, I can hear you, in my head. Hermione's voice, not out loud, inside his mind. I can hear you too. What's happening? I don't know, but I'm not scared. Me neither. Their hands tighten around them. Chaos. Dan Granger reaches them first, kneels, tries to pull Hermione away. She screams. Not words. Pure agony. Harry screams too. The same pain, sharp, burning, like their skin is being peeled away. Dan releases Hermione immediately. The pain stops. Emma arrives, sees her daughter, sees the boy, sees their joined hands and matching expressions of terror and wonder. Hermione, sweetheart. What happened? Hermione's voice is shaking. We touched. And then, everything. Mrs. Chen approaches, pale, trembling. I've called the authorities. Something impossible just happened. The library door is open. A woman enters, tall, severe robes, a pointed hat. She looks around, takes in the floating books, the cracked windows, the two children holding hands in the center of the destruction. Her wand appears, a quick spell. The books lower gently. The glass repairs itself. The light steady. She kneels before Harry and Hermione. My name is Minerva McGonagall. I'm from a special school for special children. What are your names? Hermione answers, her voice steady despite the tears. I'm Hermione Granger. This is... I don't know his name yet. The boy speaks. Harry Potter. McGonagall goes very still. Potter. Harry Potter? Yes, ma'am. McGonagall looks at their joined hands, waves her wand in a complex pattern. Golden light emanates, spirals around them. Tightens. She inhales sharply. Oh no. Emma steps forward. What's wrong? What happened to them? McGonagall stands, her expression grave. They've bonded. A soul bond. Class A magical symbiosis. It's extremely rare. I've only read about it in texts. Dan's voice is sharp with fear. What does that mean? It means their magical cores have fused. They're no longer two separate entities. They're one consciousness in two bodies. Emma's hand flies to her mouth. Can you reverse it? No, and attempting to do so would likely kill them both. The bond is permanent. Silence, then footsteps, heavy, deliberate. Vernon Dursley fills the doorway, face purple, veins bulging in his neck. There you are, you little freak. I told Petunia I'd find you. He stops, sees McGonagall, sees the repaired library, sees Harry holding a girl's hand. What's all this, then? McGonagall's voice is ice. And you are? Vernon Dursley, that boy's guardian, and I'll thank you not to interfere with family. You are Harry Potter's guardian? His uncle. And I'm taking him home right now. McGonagall looks at Harry, at his bruises, his too large clothes, his malnourished frame. Her expression hardens. I think not. Vernon's face goes from purple to red. Now you listen here. Dan Granger steps forward. He's not a large man. Dentist's hands, calm demeanor, but his voice cuts like a scalpel. My daughter is holding your nephew's hand, and she's smiling for the first time in weeks. If you ever call either of them a freak again, I will ensure the authorities investigate those bruises on his arms, and his ribs, and his back. Vernon's mouth opens, closes. Emma adds her voice. Quieter, more dangerous. We're taking him home, with us. You can either agree, or we can involve Child Protective Services. Your choice. Vernon looks at McGonagall, at the Grangers, at Harry. His nephew stares back, no longer afraid. Vernon makes the calculation, realizes he's outnumbered. outmaneuvered, and most importantly, realizes he can be rid of the freak forever. Fine, take him. We never wanted him anyway. He storms out, doesn't look back. Emma kneels beside the children. Harry, would you like to come home with us? Just for tonight, until we figure this out. Harry looks at Hermione. She squeezes his hand. It's okay, they're nice. I promise. Are you sure? I'm sure. Come home with us. Harry looks at Emma, at her kind eyes, at Dan's protective stance. Yes, please. There will be complications. The boy is famous in our world. There are protections, blood wards, guardianship issues. Dan's voice is firm. Then those can be sorted out. But tonight, Harry sleeps somewhere safe. McGonagall nods slowly. I'll inform Headmaster Dumbledore. He'll want to speak with you all soon. Blank to Vernon's eyes, but with magical writing that appears when Emma touches it. My contact information, when you're ready. She leaves, robes swirling. The Grangers, Hermione, and Harry remain. Mrs. Chen reappears from her office. Is everyone all right? Emma manages a smile. Yes, thank you. We'll pay for any damages. No damages. Whatever that woman did, she fixed everything. They leave the library, walk to the Granger's car, Hermione and Harry still holding hands. In the back seat, Hermione's car seat on one side, a hastily installed booster for Harry on the other. They sit close, hands linked between the seats. Where are we going, Harry thinks. Home, Hermione responds. I don't have a home. The Granger house. Oxford, 45 minutes later, a real house. Not a mansion, not tiny, comfortable. Garden with flowers. Actual windows. Rooms that aren't cupboards. Emma leads Harry upstairs. This is the guest room. You can sleep here. There are clean clothes in the dresser. They might be a bit big, but we'll get you proper things tomorrow. She shows him the bathroom. You can take a bath if you'd like. There are towels here. Take your time. Harry stares at the bathtub, at the clean towels, at the soap that smells like lavender. I can use this? Emma's eyes fill with tears. She blinks away. Of course you can. This is your home now, Harry. She leaves him alone. Harry fills the tub, watches the water rise, tests the temperature. It's perfect. He sinks in, feels warmth for the first time in months, and cries. Not from pain, from relief. Dinner. The Grangers set a fourth place at the table. Spaghetti, garlic bread, salad, orange juice, real food, enough for everyone. Harry stares at his plate. How much can I have? Dan's voice is gentle. As much as you want. There's plenty. Harry takes a small bite, then another. Then he's eating like he hasn't eaten in days. Because he hasn't. Emma and Dan exchange looks. Hermione watches Harry, smiles when he smiles. After dinner, Hermione's room, Emma tucks them both in. Hermione in her bed, Harry in the guest bed across the hall. Good night, you two. She turns off the light, leaves the doors open, in the darkness. Hermione's voice, not out loud. In Harry's mind, good night, Harry. Harry's response, tentative, wondering. Good night, Hermione. A pause. Thank you for saving me. You saved me too. I was lonely. Now I'm not. Me neither. They fall asleep together, for the first time in either of their lives. Not alone. 3 months later, the Granger house has changed. 2 toothbrushes in the bathroom, 2 names on the chore chart, 2 children's voices echoing through the halls. Harry Potter lives here now, not as a guest, as family. The legal battle was brutal. Vernon signed away custody within a week, eager to be rid of the freak. Petunia didn't contest, but the magical world fought harder. Letters arrived daily. Official ministry documents, demands from someone called Albus Dumbledore, warnings about blood protections and necessary placements. Dan Granger hired a solicitor, a magical one, cost 300 galleons from Harry's vault. The argument was simple. The bond required proximity, separation caused both children physical pain, medical documentation proved it. The ministry tested, made Harry and Hermione stand at opposite ends of a room, then different rooms, then different buildings. At 20 feet, sharp pain. At 100 feet, agony. At 1 mile, Harry collapsed. Hermione screamed. Both bled from their noses. The tests stopped. Class A magical symbiosis. Involuntary. Irreversible. Separation could be lethal. The Grangers won custody. Dumbledore retained monitoring privileges. 4 visits per year. He's due today. 10:47 a.m. The doorbell, Emma answers. A tall man, silver beard to his waist, purple robes, half-moon spectacles, eyes that twinkle. Albus Dumbledore, Mrs. Granger, thank you for allowing this visit. Emma's smile is polite, nothing more. Headmaster Dumbledore, please, come in. The living room, Dan sits in the armchair, Hermione and Harry on the sofa, holding hands as always. Dumbledore settles into the offered chair, studies the children, they study him back. Harry, it's wonderful to see you looking so well, and you must be Miss Granger. I've heard remarkable things. Hermione's voice is clear, precise. We've heard things about you too. Dumbledore's eyebrow rises. Have you now? We've been reading about magical law, about guardianship protocols, about why you placed Harry with abusive relatives instead of his godfather. The room temperature drops. Dan's voice is steady. Sirius Black, imprisoned without trial for a crime he didn't commit, while you were chief warlock of the Wizengamot. Dumbledore's twinkle dims. The circumstances were complicated. The evidence suggested nothing, Harry interrupts. His voice is quiet, but firm. There was no trial, no veritaserum, no investigation. You locked him away because it was convenient, Emma adds. We've filed a petition for Black's case to be reviewed. Our solicitor says it's ironclad. Dumbledore is silent for a long moment. Then, you are quite well informed. For muggles, for parents, Dan corrects. We protect our children, both of them. Dumbledore shifts tactics. Gentler now, Harry. I must explain about your mother's protection. The blood wards migrated, Hermione states. We felt it happen 2 weeks after Harry moved in. The magic recognized Emma as family, as a mother who would die to protect him. The wards transferred. You felt it? We feel everything, Harry says. Magic, emotions, intentions, show me. A test, clear challenge. Harry and Hermione exchange a glance, a conversation without words. Then they release each other's hands, stand, face Dumbledore, and demonstrate. The display. Every object in the room levitates. Books, cushions, teacups, picture frames. They don't wobble, don't shake. They float, perfectly still, perfectly controlled. Hermione gestures. The objects rotate. 90 degrees. Synchronized, Harry gestures. They settle, gently, exactly where they started. No wands, no words, no effort. Dumbledore's mask cracks. Extraordinary. Who taught you this? We practice every day, Hermione explains. 30 minutes in the morning, an hour after lunch, 2 hours before bed. We share knowledge, Harry adds. What one learns, both know. The bond makes us efficient. Dumbledore leans forward. And what exactly have you learned? Hermione counts on her fingers. Levitation, precision manipulation, temperature control, minor transfiguration, color changing, material softening. We're working on conjuration, but it's difficult. We can also sense magic in objects, Harry continues, and in people. Your wand has phoenix feather. Same bird as my future wand. We can feel the resonance. Dumbledore's hand moves to his wand. Instinctive. You shouldn't be able to sense that. We sense lots of things. A pause. Heavy. Then Dumbledore does something he rarely does. He attempts legilimency. Subtle, gentle. Just a probe into Dan's surface thoughts to ensure Harry's safety. The response is immediate. Harry's hand snaps out. Hermione's matches it. A wall. Pure force. Invisible but undeniable. The legilimency probe shatters. Dumbledore's teacup explodes. Porcelain shards scatter across the floor. Tea soaks into the carpet. Dumbledore stares at his empty hand, then at the children. They're breathing hard, eyes wide, frightened but defiant. You were in Daddy's mind. Hermione's voice shakes. We felt you. That's not allowed. Harry's voice is sharper. Get out of his head now. Dumbledore raises his hands. Placating. My apologies. I meant no harm. I was simply invading his privacy, Dan finishes. Voice ice. My daughter is correct. That's not allowed. Not in my house, Emma stands. I think this visit is over. Realizes he's lost control of this situation before it even began. Yes. Perhaps it's best I leave. He stands. reparos the cup with a flick of his wand, sets it gently on the table. Harry, Miss Granger, I hope you understand. Everything I do is for your protection. No, Harry says. Simple, direct. Everything you do is for your plan. We're not pieces on your board. Dumbledore's expression shifts, something like sadness. You are so very young to be so very cynical. We're old enough to recognize when someone wants to control us, Hermione counters. Dumbledore moves to the door, pauses. When you come to Hogwarts in 6 years, I hope we can start anew. We'll see, they say. Together, synchronized, Dumbledore leaves. The door closes. Emma collapses into her chair. That was the most terrifying conversation I've ever had. Dan pulls her close. We handled it, he knows now. Harry's not alone. He's not controllable. Hold hands again. The connection settles. The defensive walls lower. Are you okay? Hermione thinks. Yes. Are you? I didn't like him looking at Daddy like that. Me neither. But we stopped him. We did. Pride. Mutual. Shared. That afternoon, the thinking spot, a window seat in Hermione's room. Cushions. Blankets. A view of the garden. Their private space. They sit cross-legged, facing each other, hands linked. He's scared of us, Hermione says out loud, testing the words. Good, Harry responds. Everyone's always scared, at least now we're together when they're scared. Harry considers. I don't think we want them scared. We want them careful. There's a difference. Careful not to hurt us. Yes. Hermione squeezes his hands. Do you think we're normal, even for magical children? No. But I don't think normal is what we need. Harry looks at their joined hands, at the faint shimmer of magic that dances between them when they concentrate. Each other. We need each other. Always. Evening, dinner, spaghetti again, Harry's favorite. He's gained 7 pounds in 3 months. His clothes fit now, real clothes, not Dudley's cast-offs. Emma made him donate those, threw them away when he wasn't looking. Dan is explaining his day at the clinic, a patient with an impacted molar. Hermione asks detailed questions about the extraction process. Harry listens, absorbs, asks follow-up questions about pain management. They're learning everything, constantly. Emma watches them, her daughter and her son, because that's what Harry is now, her son. Not legally, not yet. The adoption papers are filed, but magical bureaucracy is slow. But in every way that matters, he's hers. After dinner, bath time, Hermione first, then Harry. The routine established over months. Emma reads to them, both in Hermione's room. Harry in his pajamas. Hermione in hers. Tonight's book, The Secret Garden. Emma reads about Mary Lennox, orphaned, sent to live with an uncle who doesn't want her. Harry relates, obviously, but the story changes. Mary finds Colin, another lonely child. They heal each other through friendship and purpose. Emma closes the book. What did you think? Hermione answers. Mary needed Colin. Colin needed Mary. Together they fixed the garden. Alone they were broken. Together they were whole. Emma kisses both their foreheads. Exactly. Now sleep. Tomorrow we're going to the library again. Hermione brightens. Really? We need more books. You two read faster than I can keep up. They settle into their beds, Hermione in hers, Harry in the guest bed. Though it's not the guest bed anymore, it's Harry's bed. Emma turns off the light. Good night, my darlings. 2 voices. 1 response. Good night, Mum. She freezes in the doorway. Harry called her Mum for the first time. She doesn't cry until she reaches her bedroom. Darkness, the mental space, where Harry and Hermione meet when the physical world sleeps. Not a place, a state. Shared consciousness. Tonight they're building something new. A library in their minds. Harry contributes memories, the cupboard, the beatings, the hunger, not to relive them, to file them, to put them in boxes labeled past and survived. Hermione contributes knowledge, books she's read, concepts she's mastered, theories she's exploring. They organize, categorize, create mental shelves, history here, magic there, mathematics in the corner, language arts by the window. It's not perfect. They're 5, but it's theirs. This is brilliant, Harry thinks. We can remember everything, Hermione corrects. But more than normal people. The bond helps. I wish everyone could feel this. Feel what? Not being alone. Hermione's presence wraps around him, warm, solid, real. You're never alone. I'm always here. Promise? Promise. They drift into sleep. Together. Always together. 4 years pass, 1986 through 1990. Age 6 through 10, the bond deepens. The children grow. The magic evolves. This is their secret education, the Academy of Two. Year 1, age 6 to 7, spring 1987, the garden. Hermione kneels in the dirt, planting tulip bulbs with Emma. Harry sits on the porch steps, watching, not with his eyes, with his mind. He feels Hermione's hands in the soil, feels the shape of each bulb, the texture of earth. Try moving one, Hermione thinks. Without touching it, Harry focuses, reaches out with something that isn't his hand. A bulb shifts, rolls, levitates 3 inches. Hermione grins. Good. Now put it in the hole. The bulb lowers, settles perfectly. Emma sees none of this. She's explaining planting depth. But when she turns back, all 6 bulbs are planted, perfectly spaced. Did you too just magic? Hermione says simply. We're getting better at it. Emma sits back on her heels. Show me, please. They do. Harry makes the watering can float. Hermione guides it. Water pours in perfect arcs over each planted bulb. Emma watches, wonder and fear warring on her face. You need rules, she says finally. If you're going to practice, we need rules. That evening, the family meeting. Dan, Emma, Hermione, Harry, the kitchen table. Dan has a notepad, his dentist's precision applied to magical parenting. Rule 1, no magic outside this house. Not until you're older. Not until you understand the consequences. Rule 2, no magic to hurt, ever, even in self-defense. You run, you hide, you call for help, you don't fight. Rule 3, no magic to cheat, no floating answers during tests, no making homework write itself. Emma adds her own. Rule 4, you tell us what you're practicing, no secrets about your magic. We can't help if we don't know. Like she's in class. What about experimenting? We want to try new things. Dan considers. Rule 5, experimentation is allowed, but supervised. One of us present. Safety first. Harry speaks. His voice is stronger now. 3 years with the Grangers have given him confidence. What if we promise to be careful? What if we practice only small things alone? Emma and Dan exchange looks. That married couple telepathy. Small things only, Emma agrees. Nothing dangerous, and you tell us immediately if anything goes wrong. They shake on it, all 4 hands meeting in the center of the table. A pact. Year 2, age 7 to 8, July 1988. Diagon Alley, first visit. The Grangers, all 4, step through the leaky cauldron's back entrance. The brick wall parts. Reveals the impossible. Shops selling wands, cauldrons, owl treats, books that bite. Harry and Hermione hold hands, eyes wide, silent. Dan grips Emma's arm. She's holding the vault key, Harry's vault key. Number 687, Gringotts first. The goblin grip hook, name badge tarnished, eyes sharp, processes their request. Vault 687, Potter family vault. And you are? Harry Potter, Harry says. Then gestures to Dan and Emma. These are my parents, and this is Hermione, my sister. Sees something. Sister by bond, not blood. Interesting. The cart ride down. Dan goes green. Emma clutches the sides. Harry and Hermione lean into the turns, laughing. The vault opens. Mountains of gold, literally. Galleons piled to the ceiling. Dan whistles low. Harry, this is generational wealth. Is it enough? Harry asks. For books? Sweetheart, this is enough for a library. They take 500 galleons. Fill a bag, Harry insists Dan carry it. It's family money now, Harry says. Use it for what we need. Flourish and blots. The bookstore. 3 stories. Shelves packed. Hermione's heaven. She goes directly to the magical theory section. Pulls out the theory of magical momentum by Adalbert Waffling. Sits on the floor. Starts reading. Harry finds a history of wandless traditions by Cordelia Misericordia. Joins her. Emma and Dan shop for Hogwarts preparation books. Standard texts, simple spells. 2 hours later, they leave with 43 books. Dan carries 3 bags. groaning. "We're creating monsters," he mutters. Emma smiles. That night, Hermione's room. The books spread across the floor. Hermione reads aloud. Magical momentum follows the caster's intent. Force equals mass times acceleration in both Muggle physics and magical application. However, magic adds a third variable, will. Harry listens, absorbs. So if we want something to move faster, we need more intent. Then pushes with her mind. The pencil shoots across the room, embeds in the wall. Oops. Harry retrieves it, studies the small hole in the plaster. We need to learn control, not just power. Agreed. They practice. Hour after hour, levitating pencils, then books, then each other's shoes. By midnight, they can move 3 objects simultaneously, different speeds, different directions, perfect precision. Year 3, age 8 to 9, October 1989. The incident. Hermione falls off her bicycle. The driveway, gravel scrapes her knee. Blood wells, bright red, pain sharp. Harry is inside, in the kitchen. Drinking juice, he feels it. Her pain becomes his pain. His knee burns. He runs, finds her sitting, crying, blood dripping onto the pavement. Hermione, he kneels, presses his hand to her knee, and wills it closed. Not consciously, not planned, instinct. His magic flows, golden light, warm, gentle. The skin knits, the blood vanishes. The pain stops. Hermione stares. You healed me. Trembling. I didn't know I could do that. Neither did I. They research, obsessively. Healing Magic Theory and Practice by Dilys Derwent. The Mending Touch by Hippocrates Smethwick. Cellular Regeneration Through Intent by Glenda Chittock. They learn minor cuts, bruises, scrapes, nothing major, nothing dangerous. But enough. Emma discovers them practicing, Harry closing a paper cut on Hermione's finger. She doesn't forbid it. She supervises. If you're going to learn healing, learn it properly. Blood vessels, nerves, you need to know what you're fixing, or you'll make it worse. They study, they practice, they improve. By summer, Harry can close cuts without scarring. Hermione can reduce bruises in minutes. The bond amplifies everything. Year 4, age 9 to 10, March 1990. True Transfiguration. The garden shed, Dan's workshop. Harry and Hermione sit on the floor, a pile of stones between them. Fundamental theory of transfiguration says everything is possible, as long as you understand the molecular structure. Harry picks up a stone. Gray, rough, ordinary. What do we want it to be? Wood. Harry closes his eyes, thinks about wood, cells, fibers, grain. Hermione feeds him knowledge through the bond. Everything she's read about oak, maple, pine. Harry's magic flows, the stone grows warm, shifts, becomes wood, smooth, light brown, perfect. Hermione gasps, "You did it!" By evening, Hermione's room is a laboratory, transformed objects everywhere, organized, categorized, labeled. Dan enters, stops, stares. Is that my hammer made of glass?" "Yes," Hermione says proudly. "Perfectly functional, just fragile." "And that's a metal book?" "Iron," Harry confirms. "We can change it back." Dan sits on the bed. "You're 9 years old. And you're doing magic that most wizards can't do." "Most wizards use wands," Hermione explains. "We don't. The bond lets us. It's different." Dan's laugh is shaky. That's an understatement. Year 4 continued. The revelation, July 1990. The dream. Harry wakes, gasping, sweating. A black dog. A man behind bars, screaming. "I didn't betray them. James. Lily, I didn't." Hermione wakes too. Same dream shared through the bond. "Did you see that?" "Yes." "Who was that?" "I don't know, but he's important." Morning, breakfast, Mum, Dad. Who's Sirius Black? Emma's coffee cup freezes halfway to her lips. Dan sets down his newspaper. "Where did you hear that name?" "I dreamed it," Harry says. "He was screaming about betraying my parents, but he said he didn't." Dan and Emma exchange that look again. "We need to tell you something," Emma says slowly. "Something we've been researching." They sit, all four, the kitchen table again. Dan pulls out a folder, news clippings, legal documents, notes. "Sirius Black was your father's best friend. your godfather. He was arrested the night your parents died, accused of betraying them to Voldemort. But he never had a trial, Emma continues. No veritaserum, no evidence presented. He was thrown in Azkaban and forgotten. Hermione's voice is sharp. That's illegal. Even magical law requires trial. Yes, Dan agrees. Which is why we've been building a case. He slides papers across. Official Wisengamot records, full of blanks, missing information. There's no documentation, no trial transcript, nothing. Harry reads. Hermione reads over his shoulder, synthesizing. He's innocent, they say together. We don't know that, Emma cautions. Yes, we do, Harry insists. The dream. It was real. He was telling the truth. Hermione adds. And the law was broken. Whether he's guilty or not, he deserves a trial. Dan smiles, grim, proud. Then we give him one. August 1990. Gringotts. Blood test. They need legal standing to petition the Wizengamot. The goblin, Ragnarok this time, administers the test. 7 drops of blood on enchanted parchment. Results appear in burning gold script. Harry James Potter, born July 31st, 1980. Lord of the most ancient and noble house of Potter, by blood and birthright. Ragnarok's eyes widen. You're a lord. What does that mean? Harry asks. It means you have a seat on the Wizengamot, as soon as you claim it. Dan leans forward. Can he claim it now, at age 9? With a blood claim. Yes. Though he cannot vote until age 11, he can, however, petition. Harry looks at Hermione, at his parents, at the goblin. Then I claim it, and I petition for Sirius Black's trial. September 1990. Wizengamot session, the chamber. Tiered seats, 50 members. Purple robes, suspicious faces. At the center, a child, 9 years old, standing alone. Beside him, Hermione Granger, not officially recognized, but holding his hand, the chief warlock, Dumbledore, speaks. Lord Potter, you have petitioned for review of Sirius Black's imprisonment. State your case. Hermione fed him every word. Sirius Black was arrested November 1st, 1981, accused of betraying my parents to Voldemort and murdering 13 muggles. He has been imprisoned for 9 years, without trial, without veritaserum, without legal representation. I invoke the ancient rights of lordship, Statute 7, Section 3, which states, no wizard of magical Britain shall be imprisoned without due process. Trial by Wizengamot is a fundamental right. Lucius Malfoy stands, sneer in place. This is absurd. A child playing at law. Black is guilty. Everyone knows. Hermione speaks, cutting through. Everyone knows nothing, because there was no trial, no evidence presented, no investigation conducted. She recites. Perfect memory. Precedent. Croker v. Ministry, 1754. Precedent, Blackwood v. Wizengamot, 1820. 3 Precedent, Goldstein v. Crown. 1902. All cases where imprisonment without trial was ruled unlawful. The chamber goes silent. A 9-year-old girl just cited 17 precedents from memory. Dumbledore's expression is complicated. Pride, concern, fear. The petition is granted. Sirius Black will receive a trial, with veritaserum, within 1 month. Harry and Hermione don't celebrate, don't smile, just nod. Once, turn, leave together, behind them. 50 Wizengamot members stare. 2 children just changed everything. October 1990, the trial. Sirius Black, skeletal, haunted, brought from Azkaban in chains. 3 drops of veritaserum, administered by the chief warlock himself. Did you betray James and Lily Potter to Voldemort? No. Who was the secret keeper? Peter Pettigrew. We switched. Last minute, I thought. I thought it would be safer. The courtroom erupts. Dumbledore's face goes white. Peter Pettigrew is dead. No. Sirius's voice is hoarse. Raw. He's alive. He faked his death. He's the rat. Ron Weasley's rat. Scabbers. Chaos, investigation, retrieval, testing. 2 weeks later. Peter Pettigrew, arrested, tried, convicted. Sirius Black, exonerated, freed. He stumbles from Azkaban into sunlight, into freedom. Harry and Hermione wait at the gates. Sirius sees them, falls to his knees. You freed me. Harry's voice is steady. You're my godfather. You're family. That's what family does. Sirius weeps, clutches them both, and for the first time in 9 years, believes he might deserve to live. July 1991, age 11. The final visit. The Granger house, Oxford. Morning sun through the windows, Harry and Hermione sit on the sofa, hands linked, waiting. 6 years since the bond formed, 6 years of growth, training, learning. Today, Hogwarts letters arrive, and Dumbledore with them. The doorbell rings at exactly 11 o'clock. Emma answers. Her smile is thinner than it was 6 years ago. More guarded. Headmaster, Mrs. Granger, as lovely as ever. He enters. Purple robes, twinkling eyes, 2 envelopes in hand. The living room. Dan stands by the fireplace, arms crossed. Dumbledore settles into the armchair, studies the children. They've changed. Taller. Stronger. Harry no longer looks malnourished. Hermione no longer looks lonely. They look complete. Harry, Hermione, I've brought your Hogwarts letters. He offers the envelopes. Addressed in green ink, Mr. H. Potter. The second bedroom, 23 Magnolia Road, Oxford, Miss H. Granger. The first bedroom, 23 Magnolia Road, Oxford. They take them. Don't open them yet. Thank you, they say together. Synchronized. Dumbledore's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Are you excited? For Hogwarts? Considering? We're curious. Sirius says the curriculum is decades out of date. Dumbledore's twinkle dims. Sirius always was. Opinionated. He was also right about your plan to leave him in Azkaban. Silence. Heavy. Dan moves. Sits beside Emma. United front. Dumbledore shifts tactics. Gentle now, grandfatherly. Perhaps we could discuss your magical education. I'd like to see what you've learned to ensure proper placement. Hermione's eyebrow rises. We'll both be in the same house. Obviously. That's not how sorting works. Then the sorting will adapt. Dumbledore's fingers steeple. That gesture he uses when thinking. Show me your magic, please. Harry and Hermione exchange a glance. A conversation in looks. Should we? Might as well. He'll find out eventually. They release each other's hands. Stand. Face Dumbledore. The demonstration. Every object in the room lifts. Books from the shelves. Cushions from chairs. Picture frames from the mantel. The coffee table. The lamp. Even Dumbledore's teacup. Still full. Still steaming. They float. Perfectly controlled. Not a drop of tea spills. Hermione gestures. The objects rotate. 90 degrees. All at once. Synchronized Harry gestures. They settle. Gently. Exactly where they started. Silence. Dumbledore stares at his teacup. Back in his hand. Still warm. You. You did that wandless. Yes. Both of you. Together. Yes. Who taught you? We taught each other. Dumbledore sets down his cup. Hands trembling slightly. That level of control. That precision. Most adult wizards use wands, Harry interrupts. We don't need them. The bond makes us different. Dumbledore's voice is careful. Yes, I'd say so. He leans forward, eyes sharp behind the half-moon spectacles. What else can you do? Hermione counts on her fingers. Levitation, precision manipulation, temperature control, transfiguration, both minor and major, conjuration of simple objects, elemental work, basic healing, shielding, and we're learning detection. Detection of magic in objects and people. Harry's turn. Your wand, phoenix feather. Fawkes, same bird that will give a feather for my wand. We feel the resonance. You shouldn't be able to sense that. We sense lots of things. A pause. Dumbledore thinking. Calculating. Then he does it. Legilimency. Subtle, barely a whisper. Directed at Dan, just to check. To ensure Harry's safety, to gauge the father's true intentions. The response is instant. Harry and Hermione move. Hands snap out. Palms forward. A wall materializes. Invisible. But Dumbledore feels it. Solid. Unyielding. Pure force. His legilimency probe shatters like glass. His teacup explodes. Porcelain everywhere. Tea soaking into the carpet. The children stand, breathing hard, eyes wide. Frightened but defiant. You were in Daddy's mind. Hermione's voice shakes with anger. We felt you. That's invasion. That's wrong. Harry steps forward, small but fierce. Get out of his head now. Dumbledore raises his hands, palms out. I apologize. I meant no harm. I was simply ensuring. Invading his privacy, Dan's voice cuts like a blade. Without permission, without warning, in my own home. Emma stands, moves to her husband's side. I think you should leave. Dumbledore looks at the broken cup, at the parents' united front, at the children who just repelled his magic instinctively. Yes, perhaps that's best. He stands, waves his wand. Reparo, the cup rebuilds itself whole, undamaged. He sets it on the table. Gently, Harry, Hermione, I hope you understand. Everything I do is for your protection. Harry's voice is flat, final. No, everything you do is for your plan. We're not pieces on your board anymore. Something like genuine sadness. You're so young to be so cynical. We're old enough to recognize when someone wants to control us. Dumbledore moves to the door, pauses. One last attempt. When you arrive at Hogwarts in September, I hope we can start fresh. Build trust. Hermione's response is diplomatic. Careful. We'll see. Trust is earned, not given. Dumbledore nods. Slowly. Indeed it is. He leaves. The door closes. Emma collapses into her chair, shaking. That was terrifying. Dan pulls her close. We handled it. He knows now. Harry's not alone. He's not controllable. And we won't let him be used. Harry and Hermione return to the sofa, hands linking immediately. The wall dissolves. The defensive instinct fades. Connection restored. Are you okay? Hermione's mental voice is soft. Yes. You? I didn't like him in Daddy's head, that felt violating. I know, but we stopped him. Pride flows through the bond, mutual, warm. Emma's voice breaks their mental conversation. Are you two all right? Dan looks at them, really looks. You just blocked Dumbledore. Albus Dumbledore, the most powerful wizard alive. He tried to hurt you, Harry says simply. We defended our family instinct, Hermione adds. The bond protects what we love. Emma wipes her eyes. Not crying, just overwhelmed. What happens now, in September? When you go to Hogwarts, when he's your headmaster, Harry and Hermione share a look. That wordless conversation? Then Harry speaks. We go. We learn what we can. We make our own choices. And we don't let anyone, not Dumbledore, not anyone, decide our future for us. We're not his weapons, Hermione adds. We're not his tools. We're us. Dan stands, moves to the window, stares out at the garden. 6 years ago, 2 scared 5-year-olds held hands in a library, and the world changed. He turns, looks at them. Now you're going into his world, his castle, his rules. Are you ready? Harry and Hermione stand, move to stand beside Dan. Outside, the garden, the tulips they planted years ago, still blooming. We've been ready for 6 years, Harry says. We're not going to Hogwarts to follow rules, Hermione clarifies. We're going to rewrite them. Emma joins them. All 4 at the window. A family, not by blood, by choice. Then rewrite them well, she says softly. And come home safe. Always, they promise. Together, as everything they do. Together. That evening, after dinner, Harry and Hermione in their thinking spot, window seat, cushions the Hogwarts letters open now. Reading the supply list, standard book of spells, grade 1, Hermione reads. We're beyond that. A History of Magic by Bathilda Bagshot, Harry adds. We've already read it. This is going to be boring. Calculating. Unless we make it interesting. Harry's smile matches hers. What are you thinking? I'm thinking. 2 bonded students, wandless magic, knowledge beyond their years, arriving at a school that thinks it knows everything. They're going to try to control us, sort us, separate us. Let them try. Their hands link, magic flickers between them, gold and silver. The bond pulses, strong, unbreakable. Hogwarts isn't ready for us, Harry says. No, Hermione agrees. It's really not. They sit, planning, preparing, for the war they don't know is coming, for the school that will try to break them, for the future they're going to forge. Together. September 1st, 1991. Platform 9 3/4. The barrier between platforms 9 and 10. Solid brick to Muggle eyes. a doorway for those who know. Dan and Emma stand with their children, both of them, Harry and Hermione, trunks loaded on trolleys, Hedwig in her cage, Crookshanks in his, the snowy owl and the ginger half-Kneazle eyeing each other warily. Harry wears new robes, black, properly fitted, no hand-me-downs ever again. Hermione wears matching robes, practical, elegant, around their necks, silver pendants, matching, crafted by Sirius over the summer, communication charms, protection wards, emergency port keys, 3 layers of safety woven into silver. Emma adjusts Harry's collar, unnecessary but motherly. You have everything, books, clothes, your... Mum, Harry's voice is gentle. We have everything. Dan crouches, eye level with them both. Remember, you don't have to prove anything, you don't have to show off. Just be yourselves. Hermione hugs him. We will, promise. Emma pulls them both close. One last embrace. Write us, every week we want to know everything. We will. They separate. Harry and Hermione grip their trolleys, walk toward the barrier. Other families stop, stare, whisper. Is that Harry Potter? The boy who lived? Who's the girl? Are they holding hands? Harry and Hermione ignore them. They've reached the barrier. Don't hesitate. Walk through together. Platform 9 3/4, the other side. The Hogwarts Express, scarlet steam engine, gleaming, beautiful. Families everywhere, owls hooting, cats yowling, toads croaking, chaos. And every eye turns to them. Harry Potter, legendary, the boy who lived. And the girl whose hand he's holding, a woman approaches, red hair, warm smile, too warm, too enthusiastic. Molly Weasley? Oh my goodness, you must be Harry Potter. She bustles forward, 7 children trailing behind her, various ages, all red-haired. I'm Molly Weasley. This is Ron, she pushes forward a boy, tall, gangly, freckled. He's starting Hogwarts too. You'll be fast friends, I'm sure. Harry's voice is polite, but firm. It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Weasley. This is Hermione Granger. He squeezes Hermione's hand. Deliberate. Visible. We're a unit. Ron stares at their joined hands, confused. A unit. What's that mean? It means we're bonded, Hermione explains. Patient, like teaching a slow student. Soul bond, formed when we were 5. We're complete. Molly's smile falters. Oh, well, that's unusual, but Ron could still be your friend. We're not opposed to friends, Harry says carefully. We're just already complete. Confused? So you're not going to make other friends? We didn't say that, Hermione clarifies. We said we're complete. There's a difference. An awkward pause. Molly rallies. Tries again. Well, you should board. Find a compartment together. All of you. We'll find our own compartment, Harry says. Still polite, still firm. But thank you. They move past. Trolleys rolling, Hedwig and Crookshanks in tow. Behind them, Molly and Ron stare, confused, slightly offended, not understanding. The train, compartment search. They walk through the carriages, looking. Most compartments are full, or filling, students clustering by house affiliation they don't yet have. They find one empty. End of the train. Quiet. Perfect. They load their trunks, release the animals. Hedwig perches on the luggage rack. Crookshanks curls on the seat. Harry and Hermione sit side by side. Window view. Not across from each other. Never across. Always together. The door slides open. Ron Weasley. Again. Can I sit here? Everywhere else is full. Harry and Hermione exchange a glance. A micro-conversation. He seems nice. Lonely, like we were. Should we let him? Why not? Sure, Harry says. Come in. Ron sits. Across from them. Studies them. So, you're really bonded. Like magic bonded? Yes, Hermione confirms. What's that like? Harry considers. Imagine never being alone. Ever. Even in your own head. That sounds crowded. It's not, Hermione says. It's complete. They can see it in his face. He changes topics. I've got 5 brothers at Hogwarts already. Bill, Charlie, Percy, Fred and George, the twins. They're mental. He talks. About his family, about expectations, about wanting to prove himself. Harry and Hermione listen, politely, but they're also communicating mentally. He's insecure, youngest boy, 6 older siblings. Makes sense. Should we help him? We can try. The door slides open again. Draco Malfoy, platinum hair, expensive robes, sneer already in place. 2 large boys flank him, Crabbe and Goyle. So it's true. Potter's on the train. He looks at Hermione, at their joined hands. His lip curls, and he's already. What? Made friends with a mudbull? The word dies. Draco's wand flies from his pocket, into Harry's hand. Harry didn't move, didn't speak, didn't gesture. The wand simply obeyed. Draco stares at his empty hand, at Harry, at the wand now resting calmly in Harry's palm. Finish that sentence, Harry says quietly, and you'll learn exactly what bonded magic can do. Draco's face goes from pale to red to white. He backs away. Crabbe and Goyle follow. You can't do that. Yes. Wandless disarming is completely legal, especially in self-defense against verbal assault. Draco flees. Harry holds the wand for a moment, studies it, hawthorn, unicorn hair, then sets it on the seat beside the door. He can collect it later when he's calmer. Ron stares. That was brilliant. How did you practice? They say together. The train lurches, begins moving. London fades. Countryside appears. They're leaving the Grangers, leaving the life they've built, entering Dumbledore's world. Hermione's hand tightens in Harry's. Scared? A little. You? A little. We'll be okay. Together. Always together. Ron watches them, the silent communication, the matching expressions. You two are really weird, you know that? Harry smiles. We've been told. Hours pass. The journey north. The lunch trolley arrives. Ron buys chocolate frogs with coins from his pocket. Harry and Hermione share a pasty. They eat in synchronized bites without realizing it. Ron notices. Do you always do that? Move the same way? Do what? Hermione asks. That. You both just tilted your heads the same direction. They look at each other. Realize he's right. We don't notice anymore, Harry admits. The bond. It synchronizes us. That's mental. That's magic. The sky darkens, late afternoon becoming evening. Ron talks more. About Quidditch, about his brother's achievements, about his rat scabbers, old, sick, missing a toe. Harry's eyes narrow at the description, but he says nothing. Not yet. The door slides open again. A girl, bushy brown hair, freckles, nervous energy. Wait, bushy brown hair, brown eyes, but not Hermione. Hermione is beside Harry, has been all journey. This is someone else. Has anyone seen a toad? Neville's lost one. Ron shakes his head. Harry speaks. No, sorry. We'll keep watch, though. The girl notices their joined hands. Their matching pendants. Are you two bonded? I've read about soul bonds. They're incredibly rare. We know, Harry says. Are you excited for Hogwarts? Hermione's answer is diplomatic. We're curious. We've prepared extensively. Eloise smiles. Well, good luck. Hope Neville finds his toad. She leaves. Ron looks confused again. Why does everyone keep acting weird around you two? Because we're weird, Harry says simply. Fair point. Dusk. The arrival. First years over here. A giant, literally, twice the height of a normal man. Bushy beard, kind eyes, Hagrid. Harry knows him from reports. From Sirius's stories, the gamekeeper who visited the Dursleys, who took Harry to Diagon Alley in the original timeline. Not in this one. Harry, Hermione, good to see ye. He knows them too. Of course he does. They board the boats, 4 to a boat. Harry and Hermione, Ron and Neville Longbottom. Toad finally found. The lake, black as ink, still as glass. Then, Hogwarts rising from the cliff. Castle, towers, lights in every window. Ancient, magnificent, imposing. Ron gasps. Neville stares. Harry and Hermione share a look. It's smaller than I expected, Hermione thinks. Sirius said the real magic isn't in the castle. It's in what we make of it. Then, we'll make it worth our time. The boats dock. They disembark, enter the castle through massive oak doors. Into the entrance hall, Professor McGonagall waits. Stern, precise, exactly as described. Welcome to Hogwarts. In a few moments, you'll be sorted into your houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin. She explains. House points, competition, pride. Harry and Hermione listen. Process, analyze. They're going to try to separate us, Harry thinks. Let them try, Hermione responds. McGonagall finishes her speech. Follow me. The sorting will begin shortly. The great hall, ceiling enchanted to mirror the night sky. 4 long tables, hundreds of students, and at the front, the staff table, Dumbledore, center seat, watching. The sorting hat sits on a stool. Patched, ancient. McGonagall begins reading names. Abbott, Hannah, a blonde girl, nervous. Sits, hat on her head. Hufflepuff. More names, more sortings. Granger, Hermione. Hermione walks forward, head high, spine straight. She sits. McGonagall places the hat. It speaks, aloud. Unusual, fascinating. You're not one mind. You're 2. But 2 in perfect harmony, unprecedented. The hall holds its breath. Where one goes, both must follow. Very well. A challenge then. Wisdom suits you, but bravery defines you. A pause. Ravenclaw. The Ravenclaw table erupts. Applause. Shock. Hermione walks to the table, sits. Alone, for the first time in 6 years. The bond stretches, thins, painful. Harry's turn is next. Potter, Harry. Whispers explode. Potter. The Harry Potter. He walks forward, eyes only on Hermione. Sits. Hat descends. It barely touches his head. Ravenclaw, excitement, disbelief. 2 students, sorted together into the same house. Harry joins Hermione at the Ravenclaw table. Sits beside her immediately. Their hands link. The pain stops. The bond settles, complete. A prefect leans over. 5th-year girl. Cho Chang. You 2 are going to be trouble, aren't you? Hermione smiles. Sharp, knowing. Only if trouble means rewriting the rules. The feast. Food appears. Mountains of it, but Harry and Hermione barely eat. They're watching, learning, analyzing. The teachers, the students, the dynamics. Dumbledore rises, addresses the school. Welcome speech, rules. Forbidden forest off limits. 3rd floor corridor dangerous. Harry and Hermione's eyes meet. 3rd floor. That's where he's keeping it. The stone. We'll investigate. Later. Agreed. The speech ends. Students dismissed. Ravenclaw Tower. The dormitories. The riddle door. Bronze eagle knocker. Which came first, the phoenix or the flame? The prefects hesitate. Hermione answers. A circle has no beginning. The phoenix and the flame are one. Each creates the other infinitely. The door opens. Blue and bronze. Bookshelves. Star-mapped ceiling. Beautiful. But the Ravenclaws stare at them. Wary. Uncertain. 2 first years. Bonded answering riddles meant for older students. Harry and Hermione don't care. They're shown their dormitories. Boys and girls separate. They stand in the common room. The last 2 awake. We have to sleep apart, Hermione thinks. Sad, I know, but we'll be okay. Just across the room. It's not the same. No, but it's temporary. We'll figure it out. They separate. Reluctantly, Harry climbs the stairs to the boys' dormitory. Hermione climbs to the girls. Lie in separate beds for the first time in 6 years. Apart. But not alone. Never alone. Good night, Harry. Good night, Hermione. We made it. Together, always together, they sleep in Hogwarts. The game has begun, September 2nd, 1991. Hogwarts, first day of classes, 8:45 a.m. Ravenclaw Tower, the common room. Harry and Hermione sit together on a sofa, reviewing their schedules. Identical, every class, every period. They requested it through McGonagall. Medical necessity. The bond requires proximity. She approved. Reluctantly, around them, other Ravenclaws whisper. Stare, keep their distance. The bonded ones, strange, powerful, unsettling. A 3rd year approaches. Michael Corner, prefect badge gleaming. You too, you're the first bonded students Hogwarts has had in, well, ever. According to the school records, we know, Hermione says. People are curious about what you can do. Harry's voice is flat. people can stay curious. Michael nods, backs away. Smart boy. 9 a.m. Charms class with Gryffindor. Professor Flitwick. Tiny, enthusiastic, standing on a stack of books to see over his desk. Welcome, welcome. Today we begin with a levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa, he demonstrates. A feather floats, gentle, controlled. Now, partner up, practice the wand movement. Swish and flick. Remember, Hermione raises her hand. Flitwick beams. Yes, Miss Granger? Professor, why use an incantation when telekinesis is more efficient? Flitwick blinks. Well, the incantation focuses the intent. It's standard methodology. But if intent is the core requirement, why add unnecessary steps? Flitwick's eyes sharpen. Curious now, not offended. Can you demonstrate your alternative? Hermione looks at Harry. He nods. She extends her hand. Palm up. Doesn't speak. Doesn't move a wand. Her feather lifts, rotates, dances through the air. Perfect control. The class gasps. Ron Weasley, sitting 3 rows back, drops his wand. Flitwick claps. Delighted. Extraordinary, Mr. Potter. Can you replicate this? Harry mirrors Hermione. His feather joins hers in the air. They move in synchronized patterns, figure eights, spirals, never touching but never separating. Flitwick watches. Fascinated, awed. 20 points to Ravenclaw. Each. This is Newt-level wandless magic. Their first years. How are they doing that? Dean shrugs, wide-eyed. Flitwick approaches Harry and Hermione's desk. How long have you been practicing? 6 years, they say together. 6. You've been practicing magic since age 5? Since the bond formed, yes. Flitwick sits. Right on a student's desk. Too excited to care about protocol. You must tell me, how did you develop this technique? We started with intent mapping, identifying the exact mental state required for specific effects. Then we eliminated unnecessary components. Words, wand movements, external focus objects. Harry adds, the bond helps. We share a magical core. Double the power, double the control. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. The bell rings, students file out. Flitwick stops them. If you're interested, I'd love to work with you. Advanced independent study. Your techniques could revolutionize magical theory. We'll consider it, Hermione says, polite, non-committal. They leave. Behind them, Flitwick stares at the space they occupied, muttering, extraordinary, simply extraordinary. 10:30 a.m. Transfiguration with Slytherin, Professor McGonagall. Strict, precise, no nonsense. She's waiting when they enter. An animagus they know, can sense it. The animal magic residue clinging to her aura. She transforms from a cat. Students gasp, except Harry and Hermione. They just watch. Interested, not surprised. McGonagall notices today we begin with simple transfiguration, match to needle. The transformation is instant. This requires understanding both forms, the match, the needle, their properties, their essences. She distributes matches. You may begin. Students struggle, wands waving, incantations mumbled. Most matches remain matches. A few become slightly pointier. Harry picks up his match, studies it. Hermione does the same. They don't speak, don't gesture. Their matches transform. Simultaneously, perfect silver needles. McGonagall's eyes widen. She approaches their desk. You did that wandless. Yes, Professor. How? Harry explains. We understand the molecular structure. Wood to metal requires rearranging carbon chains, adding iron, adjusting density. You're 11 years old. We've been studying since we were 5. McGonagall picks up Harry's needle, examines it. Perfect. No flaws. Better than most 7th years could produce. Transform it back. They do. Matches again? Instant. McGonagall sets down the match. You've surpassed first-year curriculum. We've surpassed most of the curriculum, Hermione says. Not bragging, stating fact. Then why are you here? Because Hogwarts has resources, books, knowledge, opportunities. And because the law requires it, Harry adds. McGonagall's lips thin. I see. She returns to the front, addresses the class. Mr. Potter and Miss Granger have successfully completed today's task. 20 points to Ravenclaw. Draco Malfoy, sitting in the back with Crabbe and Goyle scowls, shows off. Teachers' pets. McGonagall continues the lesson, but she watches them throughout, calculating. 1 p.m. Potions, dungeons with Gryffindor. The classroom is cold, damp. Pickled things float in jars. Professor Severus Snape sweeps in. Black robes billowing, expression sour, he takes attendance, each name a sneer. Potter, here. Granger, here. He pauses, studies them. Their joined hands, the bonded ones, how? Touching. Sarcasm drips from every word. He begins his speech. The subtle science, the exact art. Bottling fame, brewing glory, stopping death. Standard intimidation. Then he targets Harry. Potter. What would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood? Harry doesn't hesitate. The draught of living death, a powerful sleeping potion. And where would you look if I told you to find me a bizarre? The stomach of a goat. It acts as an antidote to most poisons. What is the difference between monkshood and wolfsbane? They're the same plant, also called aconite. Silence. Snape's jaw tightens. Adequate. It seems you've read the textbook. We've read beyond the textbook, Hermione adds. Snape's attention shifts to her. Have you now? The standard draught of living death recipe is inefficient. Inefficient. Crushing the soporiferous bean yields 40% more juice than cutting. The textbook method is outdated. You will demonstrate, both of you. Brew the draught of living death. Now. Professor, that's a Newt-level potion, someone protests. Then they should fail spectacularly. Begin. Harry and Hermione exchange a glance. He's testing us. Let's show him what we can do. They move to their cauldron, set up ingredients. No words, no consultation, pure synchronization. Harry prepares ingredients. Hermione stirs. He adds components as she indicates with the slightest gesture. Their movements are a dance. Precise. Perfect. The potion shifts through colors, green, blue, purple, silver. 30 minutes later, it shimmers. Flawless. Snape approaches, ladle in hand, samples it. His knuckles whiten on the ladle. Acceptable. He sets it down. 10 points from Ravenclaw. The class gasps. Sir, Hermione's voice is calm. We completed the assignment perfectly. You showed off. Demonstrated abilities beyond your years. I don't reward arrogance. Harry speaks. Quietly. Dangerously. With respect, Professor. Excellence isn't arrogance. It's the standard. The dungeon goes silent. Every student holds their breath. Snape and Harry lock eyes. A battle of wills, neither backing down. Finally, Snape's lip curls. Detention. Both of you. Friday night, 8 o'clock, my office. For what offense? They're mental. Nobody talks to Snape like that. They're not normal, Seamus whispers back. That evening, Ravenclaw common room. Harry and Hermione sit in their corner. Books spread around them. Not first-year texts, advanced theory, Newt-level material. The other Ravenclaws keep their distance. Afraid, awed, uncertain. Cho Chang approaches. Tentative. Can I ask you something? Yes, Hermione says. Are you trying to make everyone uncomfortable, or does it just happen naturally? Harry looks up. We're not trying to do anything. We're being ourselves. Intense. We know. Cho sits. Uninvited but bold. You're going to have trouble. You know that, right? Being this advanced, this different. People will resent it. Hermione notes. So why not? Tone it down, fit in. Harry and Hermione share a look. A full conversation in seconds. Then Harry answers, because we didn't survive 6 years of learning, of fighting for our bond, of building our power, just to hide it. We're not here to fit in, Hermione adds. We're here to excel. Cho nods slowly. Fair enough. Just be careful. Hogwarts doesn't like things that don't fit the mold. She leaves. Harry and Hermione return to their books. She's right, Hermione thinks. We're making enemies. We were always going to make enemies, Harry responds. Might as well be honest about who we are. Together, always together. Around them, the castle sleeps. Unaware that 2 first years have already surpassed most of its students. Unaware that the bond has brought something to Hogwarts it's never seen. True unity, true power, true revolution. Late that night, Snape's office. He sits alone, staring at a vial. The draught of living death, sampled from their cauldron. Perfect. Flawless, better than most potions masters could brew. He's tested it 3 times. Each result the same. NEWD level perfection from 11-year-olds. He sets down the vial, pours himself fire whiskey, and for the first time in years, Severus Snape admits to himself, he's afraid. Not of Dark Lords, not of Death Eaters, of 2 children who shouldn't exist, who break every rule he knows, who might just change everything. The Great Hall, decorated with floating pumpkins, candles, bats swooping through the enchanted ceiling. The feast hasn't started yet. Students file in, chattering, excited. Harry and Hermione sit at the Ravenclaw table, as always, together. But they're not focused on the decorations. They're focused on the wards. Feel that? Hermione's mental voice is sharp. Harry nods subtly. A disturbance, deep in the castle's magical structure. Something foreign. Wrong. 3rd floor corridor, Harry thinks back. Or lower, the dungeons maybe. They've been monitoring the castle's wards for weeks, learning the rhythms, the flows, the normal fluctuations. This isn't normal. Professor Quirrell bursts through the doors, turban askew, robes disheveled, face pale, troll in the dungeons. He faints, dramatic, theatrical. The hall erupts, screaming. Panic, Dumbledore stands, voice amplified, silence. The noise cuts off. Prefects, lead your houses back to the dormitories. Teachers, follow me. The students move, herded by prefects. Frightened, Harry and Hermione don't move. They're sensing, tracking, following the magical disturbance. The troll isn't in the dungeons, Harry murmurs. No, it's moving. Toward the 3rd floor. 7:03 p.m., 3rd floor corridor. They move silently. Disillusionment charms layered over their forms. Not the standard spell. Their version, wandless, stronger, perfect invisibility. Ahead, the forbidden corridor. The door marked with warnings. They sense the troll approaching from the opposite direction. And inside the corridor, Professor Quirrell, already there. He released the troll as a distraction, Hermione thinks, so he could attempt the 3rd floor defenses. Do we stop him? Harry considers. Not yet. Let's see what he's after. After Quirrell, before the troll arrives. Inside, the corridor. A massive 3-headed dog, fluffy, asleep, a harp playing itself in the corner. Someone already put it to sleep. Quirrell stands before a trap door, open, descending into darkness. He doesn't notice them. Too focused. He descends. Harry and Hermione follow. The drop, they don't fall, they float. Controlled descent, wandless levitation, land silently below. A room, dark, writhing. Devil's snare, hundreds of tendrils, waiting. Quirrell stands in the center, surrounded, but the plant doesn't touch him. He's emanating heat. Fire, keeping it at bay. Harry and Hermione share a look. We could do this better, Hermione thinks. They don't create fire. They manipulate the devil's snare itself. Reach out with their magic. Connect to the plant's primitive consciousness. Compel it, gently. The tendrils part. Create a path. Quirrell notices. Spins. Wand drawn. Who's there? They don't answer. Move silently along their created path. Quirrell curses. Continues forward through the next door. The next chamber, flying keys, hundreds, darting through the air. A broomstick, a locked door. The old-fashioned way to solve this puzzle. Quirrell mounts the broom, chases keys. Clumsy, slow. Harry and Hermione don't chase. They summon. Every key in the room responds to their combined will, stops mid-flight, freezes. Quirrell falls from his broom, crashes, stares. The keys hang suspended, waiting. Harry identifies the correct one. Old, large, silver wing bent, plucks it from the air, unlocks the door. The keys drop, lifeless. Quirrell scrambles to his feet, rushes through. Harry and Hermione follow. The chess chamber, giant pieces, black and white, a game to be won. Quirrell stops, stares at the board, then speaks. Not to himself, to someone else. Master, how do I proceed? A voice responds, high, cold, terrible. Coming from the back of his head, sacrifice the pawns. Move quickly, we haven't time for elegance. Voldemort. Harry and Hermione freeze. He's possessed. Hermione's mental voice is tight with fear. Completely. The wraith is inside him. What do? We don't engage. Not yet. We're not ready. They watch, invisible as Quirrell plays, brutal, efficient. Pieces shatter. He loses half his side, but wins. Proceeds through. Harry and Hermione don't play the game. They walk through the wreckage, step over broken pieces. Hermione transmutes fragments as they pass, stone to clay, harmless. They walk through unchallenged. The final chamber. The mirror of Erised, standing alone, magnificent. Quirrell stands before it, searching, desperate. I see myself presenting the stone to you, Master. But I don't see where it is. The voice again. Voldemort, irritated. Use the boy. Only one who wants to find the stone but not use it can retrieve it. What boy? Potter. He's here. I smell him. Harry and Hermione go rigid. Quirrell spins, waves his wand. The disillusionment charms shatter. They're visible. Quirrell's eyes widen. Potter and the girl. How did you? Not his voice. Voldemort's voice using his throat. Help. How touching. The boy thinks he can save me. We can try. No, you can die. Quirrell raises his wand. Harry and Hermione move together, synchronized. They don't draw wands. Don't need them. Harry generates force, pure kinetic energy, a wall. Hermione shapes it, directs it, focuses it. The combined magic hits Quirrell, sends him flying, crashes into the wall. His wand clatters away. He struggles to rise. The voice from his head screams, "Kill them!" The reaction. Quirrell's hand burns. Smokes, blisters instantly. He screams, pulls back, stares at his ruined palm. What? What are you? Harry's voice is steady. Protected. By love. By bond. By magic you don't understand. Voldemort's voice snarls. The boy has his mother's protection, ancient magic. But it won't save you forever. The wraith lashes out. Separate from Quirrell. A shadow, a shape. Red eyes, serpentine features, barely corporeal. It tries to possess Harry, the way it possessed Quirrell. Rushes forward, attempts to merge. Hits the bond instead. The bond's defense. Harry doesn't fight alone, never fights alone. Hermione's presence wraps around him. Her magic merges with his. Two become one. Become a wall of light, gold and silver, bright, pure. The wraith screams, ancient, terrible. What are you? Harry and Hermione speak, simultaneously. One voice, we are what you can never be. Whole. The light expands, pushes back. The wraith can't penetrate, can't possess, can't corrupt, can't touch. It recoils, shrieks, flees, tears through the ceiling. Stone shattering, escaping into the night. Quirrell collapses, unconscious. Hands still smoking, Harry and Hermione stand, breathing hard. Holding each other. Is it gone? Hermione asks aloud. Yes, for now. Footsteps, running. Approaching, Dumbledore bursts through the door, followed by McGonagall, Snape. They stop, stare. 2 first years, standing over an unconscious professor, stone debris everywhere. The mirror untouched. Dumbledore's expression is unreadable. What happened here? 10 minutes later. Explanations. They sit in the chamber, Quirrell bound by McGonagall. Still unconscious, Harry and Hermione explain. The troll, the distraction, following Quirrell. The challenges, the possession, the attempted theft of the Philosopher's Stone. Dumbledore listens, fingers steepled, expression grave. You followed a professor into a restricted area. Without permission. Yes, you engaged with a fragment of Voldemort. Yes, you could have died. We knew what we were doing. Snape speaks, voice tight. You're 11 years old. You knew nothing. Hermione's response is calm, clinical. We knew Professor Quirrell was possessed. We sensed the dual magical signature. We tracked him. We observed. We only engaged when directly threatened. And the bond? It repelled the Dark Lord? The bond doesn't allow invasion, Harry explains. We're complete. There's no room for foreign magic. Dumbledore stands, moves to the mirror, looks into it, sees something, they can't tell what, then turns back. The stone will be destroyed. Tonight. It's too dangerous to exist. He looks at Harry and Hermione. You saved it, but you also endangered yourselves, recklessly. We calculated the risks, Harry says. You're children. You shouldn't have to calculate such risks. We're not ordinary children. Dumbledore's expression softens slightly. No, you certainly aren't. He dismisses them. Go to the hospital wing. Madame Pomfrey will check you over. We'll discuss consequences later. They leave, hand in hand, behind them. Dumbledore, McGonagall, Snape, staring. Snape speaks first. They just repelled the Dark Lord, at age 11, without wands. McGonagall's voice is faint. What are they? November 1st, 1991. Hospital wing, morning. Madame Pomfrey declared them healthy. Released them after one night's observation. The Great Hall. Breakfast. The school is buzzing. Rumors everywhere. Potter and Granger fought a troll. They dueled Quirrell. They saved the Philosopher's Stone. They're heroes. Harry and Hermione ignore it all. Eat toast, drink juice, normal. Dumbledore stands. Address the school. Last night, a dangerous situation was averted, thanks to the quick thinking of 2 students. 50 points to Ravenclaw each. Ravenclaw House suddenly in the lead for the House Cup. Dumbledore continues. However, entering restricted areas remains forbidden. Consider this your only warning. Harry and Hermione exchange a glance. He's not angry. No, he's scared. Good. That evening, Ravenclaw common room. The other students finally approach. Tentative. Curious. Cho Chang, Michael Corner, Terry Boot, Padma Patil. Is it true? Cho asks. You fought Voldemort? A fragment of him, Hermione corrects. A possessing wraith. And you drove him away? The bond did. We were just. There. Terry leans forward. How does it feel? Being bonded? Having that kind of power? Harry considers. It feels complete, like we're not 2 people trying to work together. We're 1 person in 2 bodies. That sounds lonely, Padma says. Hermione shakes her head. It's the opposite of lonely. We're never alone, even when we're apart. We're together. Are you even students? Or are you something else? Harry and Hermione share a look. Then Hermione answers. We're both. We're students, we learn, we grow, but we're also more. The bond makes us more. Does that scare you? Cho asks. No, Harry says. Does it scare you? Silence. Then Cho smiles. Small, genuine. A little. But I think Ravenclaw needs people who are more. We're supposed to be wise, knowledgeable. You too. You embody that. The others nod. Slowly, acceptance, not fear. Understanding. Not rejection, for the first time since arriving at Hogwarts. Harry and Hermione aren't alone among their peers. They're part of the house, different. But accepted, we did it, Hermione thinks. We proved ourselves, together, always together. Outside, the castle settles into night, unaware that 2 first years have already fought and defeated what 7 years of students feared. Unaware that the bond has done what no single wizard could, driven back the dark. Together, September 1992. Platform 9 3/4, second year. Harry and Hermione returned to Hogwarts taller, stronger, more confident. Summer was productive, spent with Sirius at Grimmauld Place, learning dueling, studying advanced magic, training. They board the train, find their compartment, same one as last year. End carriage, quiet. Ron joins them again. Older now, second year. Still their friend, though he understands less of what they are with each passing month. Mental summer? He asks. Productive, Harry answers. The train departs. They settle in. Reading, talking, normal. Until Harry's scar burns. Not pain, not exactly. A warning, a resonance. He touches it. Hermione feels it through the bond. Gasps. What was that? Something's wrong. In the castle, something old. Your scar just glowed for a second. Harry and Hermione exchange looks. We need to investigate when we arrive. October 31st, 1992. Halloween. Again, the pattern repeats. Another Halloween, another crisis. The first attack happened 2 weeks ago. Mrs. Norris, Filch's cat, petrified, hanging by her tail. Words on the wall in blood. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. The school is terrified. Whispers everywhere. The heir of Slytherin, The chamber, the monster, Harry and Hermione research, obsessively. They know this story. Hermione read it in Hogwarts, a history. Salazar Slytherin, the chamber, built to purge the school of Muggleborns, opened 50 years ago. A student died, moaning Myrtle. They visit her bathroom, the girls' bathroom, second floor. Out of order, Myrtle is. Difficult, moody, dead. But she talks when Hermione asks gently, I died here, 50 years ago, big yellow eyes, in the pipes. That's all I saw before everything went dark. Yellow eyes, Harry repeats, in the pipes. Serpentine creatures and their habitats by Newt Scamander's grandfather. Deadly gazes, a study of petrification by Mortimer Creevey. They triangulate, deduce, conclude. Basilisk, Hermione says, 3 days later. Library. Late night, 60 feet long, kills with its gaze, lives for centuries, travels through pipes. And only a parcel mouth can control it. They look at each other. You need to find the entrance, Hermione says. We need to find the entrance. Harry, this is dangerous, more dangerous than Quirrell. November 15th, 1992. Preparation. They don't tell the professors. Don't trust Dumbledore to handle it properly. Instead, they plan. Hermione researches basilisk defenses. Mirrors, reflections. Harry practices parcel tongue. Speaking to snakes. Commanding, controlling. They visit the chamber entrance. Myrtle's bathroom. Harry speaks. Open, the sinks part. Reveal a pipe. Descending into darkness. They don't enter. Not yet. First, they need weapons. Hermione creates reflective shields. Conjured mirrors that follow them, orbit them, provide constant indirect vision. Harry brews, with Snape's reluctant assistance. Modified antidote to basilisk venom. Theoretical, untested, but better than nothing. They pack, prepare, plan every detail. We go tomorrow, Harry decides. Before another student gets hurt, November 16th, 1992. The descent. 2:47 a.m. They enter the bathroom, both of them, under Harry's invisibility cloak. Harry speaks parcel tongue. The entrance opens. They descend, sliding down the pipe. Controlled, levitating to slow their fall, land in the tunnel below. Bones everywhere. Small animals, rats, birds. The chamber's kill zone. They move forward, Hermione's mirrors orbiting them. 3 feet radius. Constant protection. The tunnel opens. Into the chamber proper. Vast, ancient, magnificent. Stone serpent pillars, carved ceiling, and at the far end, the statue of Salazar Slytherin. 50 feet tall, mouth open. Harry approaches. Hermione stays close. Their hands linked. He speaks. Parcel tongue, clear. Commanding, come forth. I am the one who speaks. I am the one who commands. The statue's mouth opens wider. A sound, scales on stone. Sliding, massive, the basilisk emerges. 60 feet of serpent, scales like emeralds, eyes closed. She knows the danger of her own gaze. She tastes the air, speaks. Parcel tongue. Her voice is female, ancient, tired. A speaker after so long. What do you command? Harry's response is careful, respectful. I am Harry Potter, heir of Gryffindor. I come seeking counsel, not combat. The basilisk's head tilts. Curious, Gryffindor's heir. Speaking the serpent tongue. Impossible. Not impossible. Different, I speak parcel tongue through. Circumstances, not bloodline. Freedom for you, and destruction for the one who corrupted Slytherin's purpose. You speak of the boy, Tom Riddle, the one who opened this chamber before. Yes. The basilisk shifts, her massive body coiling. He was cruel. Cold. He commanded me to kill, to hunt, to petrify. I am the last of my kind, ancient when these stones were laid. I deserve better. I agree. Silence, the basilisk processes this. You offer freedom. What do you ask in return? Harry looks at Hermione. She nods. Your venom, freely given. We need it to destroy pieces of soul. Horcruxes. Tom Riddle created them. We must undo them. Horcruxes. The word sounds like grinding glass in parcel tongue. Abomination magic, soul fracturing. He has done this? 6 times. The basilisk recoils. Disgusted, he has destroyed himself 6 times over. Such arrogance. Such Evil, will you help us destroy what he created? The basilisk considers. Long moments pass. Then, yes, I will give my venom freely, on one condition. Name it. Sever my binding to the chamber. Riddle's compulsion magic still holds. I am slave to any parcel mouth who commands. Make me free. Truly free, but binding nonetheless. Together, they face the basilisk. We'll try. The unbinding ritual. They don't use dark magic. Don't need to. The bond provides power. Hermione provides knowledge. Harry provides will. They stand before the basilisk, hands joined. Eyes on her reflection in their mirrors. They chant, not in English, not in Latin, in the old tongue. The language of magic itself, power flows. Gold and silver, wrapping around the basilisk, finding the threads of compulsion magic. Tom Riddle's control, woven into her very being 50 years ago. They pull, gently, firmly. Unraveling, the basilisk hisses, not in pain, in relief. The bonds break, shatter, dissolve. She is free. For the first time in half a century. Free. She bows her massive head. You have honored your word. Speaker, I am yours. If you call, I will answer, but I am no longer slave. I am ally. Harry's voice is hoarse from the ritual. Thank you, we'll call you Salazar's Regret. A fitting name. For one who regrets the master who commanded me. The basilisk extends a fang, allows Harry to collect venom in a reinforced vial. Enough to destroy a dozen Horcruxes. Use it well. Destroy the abominations, honor Slytherin's true purpose. What was his true purpose? Protection. Of magic. Of knowledge. Of those who possess the gift to speak. He never wanted death. Only preservation. Harry nods. Then will preserve, not destroy. The basilisk retreats into the statue's mouth. Harry and Hermione stand alone in the chamber. We did it, Hermione thinks. Awed, we freed her and gained an ally. What about the Horcrux? The one opening the chamber? We'll find it, destroy it, close the chamber properly. November 20th, 1992. The investigation. More attacks. Colin Creevey, Justin Finch Fletchley, nearly headless Nick, all petrified, not killed. The basilisk has been traveling through pipes, but she's been closing her eyes, refusing to kill, because Harry commanded her. After their meeting, no more deaths, only petrification if you must defend yourself, but preferably nothing. She obeyed, but someone else is controlling her movements, forcing her to patrol. Harry and Hermione investigate, track patterns, interview witnesses. Ginny Weasley, Ron's little sister, first year, Gryffindor. She's been odd, pale, distracted, loses time. They watch her, carefully through Hermione's friendship. Gentle questions until they see it a diary. Black, worn. She writes in it constantly, and it writes back, "That's not normal," Hermione murmurs, watching Ginny in the library. "No, that's possession, slow, subtle, possessing her, using her to open the chamber. How do we get it?" Harry's smile is sharp. We ask. November 25th, 1992. The confrontation, they approach Ginny in the common room. She's alone. Writing in the diary, "Ginny," Hermione says gently, "Can we talk?" Ginny looks up, eyes unfocused, scared. I don't. I'm busy." "We know about the diary," Harry says. Soft, not accusing. Ginny goes white. I don't know what." "You're being possessed." Slowly. "Something in that diary is controlling you." Tears well in Ginny's eyes. I can't get rid of it. I tried, I threw it away, it came back. I tried burning it. It wouldn't burn. I tried." Hermione sits beside her, takes her hand. "We can help. We can destroy it. But you have to give it to us, voluntarily, if I give it to you. He'll know. He'll be angry. He's a memory, a fragment. He can't truly hurt you if you let him go." Ginny trembles. Then, with shaking hands, offers the diary. Harry takes it, feels the malevolence radiating from it. Voldemort's soul. 16 years old. Preserved. Waiting. "Thank you, Ginny. You're very brave." She collapses, sobbing. Relief and terror warring. Hermione stays with her. Comforting Harry takes the diary, leaves the common room. Time to destroy it. November 26, 1992. The chamber. Again, Harry descends alone this time. Hermione stays above, monitoring through their bond. Safety measure if something goes wrong. He enters the chamber, calls the basilisk. She emerges, recognizes him. Speaker, you return. I need a fang, one more time, to destroy what should never have existed. He shows her the diary. She hisses, disgusted. Soul fragment, abomination. Take my fang, destroy it. She offers. He takes, presses the fang to the diary's cover. Ink explodes, black writhing, screaming. A face forms in the liquid. Tom Riddle, 16, handsome, twisted. You're destroying me. Harry drives the fang deeper. The scream cuts off. The ink dissolves. The diary crumbles to ash. One Horcrux destroyed. December 1992. Dumbledore's office. The headmaster summons them. Harry and Hermione sit before his desk. The attacks have stopped, Dumbledore says. The chamber is resolved. I assume you had something to do with this. We destroyed the Horcrux controlling the basilisk, Harry confirms. Dumbledore's expression doesn't change, but his knuckles whiten on his desk. You know about Horcruxes. At age 12. We've known for a while. How many? Harry and Hermione share a look. We're not telling you everything, Hermione says calmly. You don't tell us everything. This is reciprocal. Dumbledore's eyes lose their twinkle entirely. I am your headmaster. I have a responsibility. You are also a manipulator, Harry interrupts. You place people where you want them. Move them like chess pieces. We're not your pieces. Silence, then Dumbledore sighs, suddenly looking very old. You remind me of myself, at your age, brilliant, powerful, certain, and you want to warn us that certainty leads to mistakes. Yes, we'll keep that in mind. They stand, leave. Dumbledore sits alone, staring at the space they occupied. Two 12-year-olds just told him no, and he couldn't stop them. The bond has made them untouchable. Summer 1993, 12 Grimmauld Place, 2 weeks after term ends. Sirius Black stands in the entryway of his ancestral home, free for 3 years now. But the house still feels like a prison, dark, oppressive. Filled with cursed objects and his mother's screaming portrait, Harry and Hermione arrive via flu, stepping out of the fireplace, brushing ash from their robes. Home sweet home, Sirius says. Bitter humor. They look around. The peeling wallpaper, the dusty chandelier, the troll's leg umbrella stand. We can fix this, Hermione says. Fix it. Make it livable. Make it yours. Sirius laughs. Hollow. It's been the Black family home for centuries. I don't think... Week 1, the purging. They start systematically, room by room. Hermione catalogs every dark object, creates lists, categories, danger levels, a cursed music box, plays a melody that induces madness, a set of goblets, poisoned. Anyone who drinks from them dies within hours. A necklace, opal. Cursed, killed 19 Muggle owners before ending up here. Harry handles removal, uses wandless magic to levitate objects into warded containers. Careful, precise. Sirius watches, provides information when he can. That cabinet, my mother kept doxies in it for, I don't know, decoration. Hermione makes a note. Cabinet, 3rd floor, doxy infestation, recommend fumigation. 3 days in, they tackle Walburga Black's portrait. She screams the moment she sees them. Blood traitors, filth! Mood bloods in the noble house of Black. Sirius flinches. Years of conditioning. Harry and Hermione don't flinch. They layer silencing charms, one after another. 17 total, each one woven tighter, stronger, permanent. The portrait's mouth moves, but no sound emerges. Silence. Blessed silence. Sirius stares. I've tried that. She always breaks through. You used single charms, Hermione explains. We used layered enchantments, each reinforcing the others. She can't break through all 17 simultaneously. Sirius's laugh is almost a sob. You've been here 3 days and you've done what I couldn't do in 3 years. You had to heal first, Harry says quietly. Now we heal together. Week 2. Creature. The house elf is difficult, ancient, wrinkled, muttering constantly. Blood traitor master, bringing mudbloods, disgracing the noble house. Mistress would weep. Hermione corners him in the kitchen. Sits, makes herself eye level. Creature, I want to hear about Master Regulus. The elf freezes. How? How does the mudblood know that name? Because I've been reading, and I found something. She produces a locket, tarnished. Gold, serpentine S, Slytherin's crest. Creature's eyes widened, fill with tears. That is, Master Regulus's locket. Creature has searched. Creature has looked. I found it, hidden in your nest. Behind the boiler, creature collapses. Weeping, creature failed. Creature could not destroy it, Master Regulus ordered. Creature tried, but the magic is too strong. Please. The story, Regulus Black. Sirius's younger brother, Death Eater, but with doubts. He discovered Voldemort's Horcrux, the locket hidden in a cave, protected by Inferi. He took Creature, made the elf drink the potion, the poison that drives wizards mad. Then he drank the rest himself, ordered Creature to take the locket, destroy it, never tell anyone. The Inferi dragged Regulus into the lake. He drowned. Creature escaped, tried to destroy the locket, failed, hid it, ashamed, broken. For 12 years, Hermione listens, silent, patient. When Creature finishes, she speaks. Regulus was a hero. He tried to destroy Voldemort's immortality. He died trying. Master Regulus was brave. Yes, and will finish what he started. Will destroy the locket, will honor his sacrifice. Creature looks up, hope in ancient eyes. Mistress will destroy it? We will, I promise. Creature bows, deep, lower than house elves typically bow. Creature serves. Creature serves the one who honors Master Regulus. Week 3, the locket's destruction. They don't wait for Gringotts, don't wait for Gryffindor's sword. They have basilisk venom from the chamber, preserved in warded vials. The sitting room, cleared of furniture, protective wards erected. Sirius, Harry, Hermione, Creature. All present, the locket sits on a table. Center of the room. Hermione holds the vial. Harry stands ready to shield her. Sirius has his wand drawn, just in case. Ready? Hermione asks. Ready, Harry confirms. She opens the locket, reveals the mechanism inside. Pours venom. The reaction is immediate. Screaming, not sound. Psychic, mental. The locket shows visions. Hermione's worst fears: you're not good enough, not smart enough, mudblood, worthless. Harry's worst fears: alone, unloved, everyone leaves, everyone dies. But they're not alone, the bond shields them. Each protects the other. The visions shatter. The locket screams. Riddle's soul fragment writhes. Then, gone, destroyed. The locket crumbles, black metal, ash, silence. Creature weeps, touches the ash. Master Regulus. Creature finished? Creature finished Master Regulus's task? Sirius kneels beside the elf, touches his shoulder. You did well. Regulus would be proud. Week 4. Dumbledore's visit. He arrives unannounced. Steps through the flue. Finds Harry, Hermione, Sirius in the now clean sitting room. Books everywhere. The house transformed. Light. Livable. I sensed a Horcrux's destruction, Dumbledore says without preamble. Here. Recently. Yes, Harry confirms. May I ask which one? The locket. Slytherin's. Regulus Black retrieved it in 1979. We destroyed it 3 days ago. Dumbledore sits. Heavily. Without asking permission, you have basilisk venom. Yes, from the chamber. Yes, how many have you destroyed? Hermione answers, 2. The diary, the locket, we know about the others. But we'll handle them in time. Dumbledore's voice is tight. You should have consulted me. This is dangerous. You destroyed 1 too, Sirius interrupts. The ring, last summer. Nearly died from the curse on it. How did you? We have our sources, Harry says. This isn't a game. Voldemort's Horcruxes are our concern as much as yours, Hermione finishes. We're not asking permission, we're informing you. As a courtesy. 2 13-year-olds just told him how it's going to be. Finally, he nods. Very well, but if you need assistance, if the hunt becomes too dangerous, you'll tell me? We'll ask. That's all I can request. He stands, prepares to leave. Pauses at the fireplace. You're changing the world. You realize this? A bonded pair, destroying Horcruxes, reforming dark houses. You're unprecedented. We know, they say together. Dumbledore shakes his head, almost smiling. James and Lily would be so proud, and so terrified. He leaves. Sirius looks at them. You just negotiated with Albus Dumbledore. As equals. We are equals, Harry says simply. You're 13. Age is irrelevant. Capability matters. Hermione adds. Besides, we have something he doesn't. What's that? They hold up their joined hands, the bond visible as faint silver-gold light. Each other. August 1993. The restored Grimmauld Place. The house is transformed. Light streams through clean windows, walls repaired, floors polished. The dark objects are gone. Donated to the Ministry's Department of Mysteries for study. Properly warded. Controlled. Creature serves willingly now, with pride. The house is worthy of Master Regulus's memory. Sirius stands in the entry hall, looking up at the chandelier, now shining, beautiful. I never thought this place could feel like home. Harry and Hermione stand beside him. It's your home now, Hermione says. Not your family's, yours, and ours, Harry adds. If you'll have us. Sirius pulls them both into a hug. Always. You're my family, my real family. They stand together, in the house that was a tomb, now a home. Proof that darkness can be cleansed, that heritage doesn't define you, that family is chosen, not given. Outside, London sleeps. Inside, 3 people who found each other, who saved each other, who rebuilt something broken, into something beautiful, together. September 1993, Hogwarts' 3rd year begins. Dementors patrol the grounds, the Ministry's solution to protect students from Sirius Black, who is actually free, exonerated, living openly at Grimmauld Place. But bureaucracy moves slowly, public records slower still. The creatures glide across the lake, float near the forbidden forest, guard the gates. Students shudder when they pass, feel cold, despair, emptiness. Harry and Hermione feel nothing. They walk past a Dementor on their way to herbology. It drifts toward them, sensing, searching for happiness to consume, stops 3 feet away, hovers, confused. The bond generates a natural barrier. Gold-silver light, invisible to most. But the Dementor sees it. Warm, pure, impenetrable. It retreats. Hermione squeezes Harry's hand. Did you feel that? Nothing. The bond protected us. Automatic defense? Seems like it. They continue to herbology, unbothered. Behind them, the Dementor drifts away, seeking easier prey. October 1993, Quidditch match. Gryffindor versus Hufflepuff. Harry and Hermione sit in the Ravenclaw section, watching. They don't play Quidditch. Too much separation. The bond makes team sports difficult. The match is close, exciting. Cedric Diggory seeking for Hufflepuff. Brilliant flyer. Then, the Dementors arrive, dozens drawn by the excitement, the concentrated joy and adrenaline. They swarm the pitch, players falter, fall. Gryffindor's seeker, a 3rd year named Mallory, collapses on her broom. Plummets, the crowd screams. Dumbledore rises, wand drawn, casts a Patronus. Silver Phoenix drives the Dementors back. Saves Mallory, barely. The match is called. Evacuate the stands. Students flee, terrified, some crying, some catatonic. Harry and Hermione walk calmly. The Dementors avoid them entirely. Ron catches up, pale, shaking. How are you two not affected? The bond, Hermione explains. It generates happiness, constant, unbreakable. The Dementors can't touch it. That's not fair. Harry's voice is flat. Life isn't fair, Ron. But we didn't ask for immunity, we just have it. October 15th, 1993. Hospital wing, 7 students hospitalized after the Dementor attack. None seriously injured, but traumatized. Broken, Madame Pomfrey is furious. This is unacceptable. Those creatures have no place near children. McGonagall agrees. Takes the complaint to Dumbledore. He takes it to the Ministry. Minister Fudge refuses to remove the Dementors. They're necessary for security. Black is still at large. Black was exonerated 3 years ago, McGonagall snaps. Your records are simply outdated. Angry, Harry and Hermione are waiting in his office. We heard, Harry says. I did everything I could. It's not enough. Dumbledore's expression hardens. Then what do you suggest? Hermione pulls out parchment, a petition, already signed by 147 students. We're taking this to the Wizengamot. Direct appeal. Over Fudge's head, the Wizengamot won't. We're lordships, Harry interrupts. I hold Potter and Gryffindor seats. Hermione recently confirmed Ravenclaw heritage through her maternal grandmother. We have standing. You organized this. In 3 days. We're efficient. The Ministry won't like being challenged by children. The Ministry can adapt. November 1st, 1993. Wizengamot Chamber. Harry and Hermione stand at the center. Formal robes, lordship rings visible. The petition floats before them. Enchanted, glowing. We, the undersigned students of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, formally request the immediate removal of Dementors from school grounds. Cornelius Fudge sits in the minister's seat. Purple, sweating. This is highly irregular. Students don't petition the Wizengamot. Students with lordship status do, Hermione corrects. Voice clear, confident, ancient law. Section 47, subsection 12. Quote, any lord or lady of magical Britain retains the right to petition the Wizengamot on matters of public safety. End quote. Murmurs ripple through the chamber. Fudge's face reddens. Yes, well, the Dementors are for your protection. They're endangering us, Harry states. 7 students hospitalized, dozens more traumatized. This isn't protection. It's abuse. Lucius Malfoy stands, sneer in place. The boy makes dramatic claims. But what proof does he offer? Hermione waves her wand. A pensive memory projects above them. The Quidditch match, the Dementor swarm, students screaming, falling, terror. The chamber watches, silent, horrified. The memory ends. That is our proof, Hermione says. Recorded testimony from 30 witnesses, all confirming the same events. Fudge shifts uncomfortably. The Dementors were overzealous, but their presence is still necessary. Why? Harry challenges. Sirius Black is free, exonerated. Your records show this. The threat you're defending against doesn't exist. There are other threats. Name one. Silence. Fudge can't. Won't. Because the truth is, the Dementors are political. A show of ministry power. Control over Hogwarts. Nothing to do with actual security. Augusta Longbottom stands. A Wizengamot member since before Harry was born. Minister Fudge. These children make a compelling case. Do you have counter-arguments? Or simply pride? Fudge sputters. I, the Ministry, we have a responsibility. To protect, Augusta finishes. Not to traumatize. I move to vote on the petition. Seconded, calls Amelia Bones, head of magical law enforcement. The vote is called, remove the Dementors from Hogwarts grounds. Effective immediately. 43 in favor. 7 against. The petition passes. Fudge goes purple, then white. This is unprecedented, children dictating ministry policy. Not children, Hermione corrects. Lordships, representing the will of 147 students who deserve safety. You've made an enemy today, Fudge hisses. Quiet, meant only for them. Harry's smile is cold. We've made an enemy of incompetence. We can live with that. November 5th, 1993. The aftermath. The Dementors are removed, grudgingly, slowly, but gone by the end of the week. Hogwarts celebrates, quietly, carefully. The students know who fought for them, who won. Potter and Granger, the bonded ones. But Fudge doesn't forgive, doesn't forget. Within a week, a new bill appears before the Wizengamot, the Regulation of Unnatural Magical Bonds Act. Hermione reads it in the Daily Prophet, goes pale. Harry, look at this. The bill's language is clear, targeted. All bonded individuals must register with the Ministry, submit to quarterly monitoring, prove they're not a danger to society. He's coming after us, Harry says, voice tight. Because we embarrassed him. What do? Hermione's jaw sets. We fight. Legally. Properly. We hire the best lawyers. We argue this in court. That'll take time. Money. December 1993, the legal battle begins. They hire a team. 3 lawyers, 1 goblin specialist in magical contracts, 1 retired Wizengamot member who despises ministry overreach, 1 human rights advocate from the International Confederation of Wizards. The case is simple. The bond is involuntary. formed in childhood, natural magical phenomenon. Regulating it violates rights established in the Magical Freedom Charter of 1692. The ministry argues differently. Bonds are dangerous. Unpredictable, two minds sharing power could threaten society. The trial is set, January 15th, 1994. Publicized. The Daily Prophet covers it as The Boy Who Lived versus the Ministry. Harry and Hermione prepare, every night, practicing arguments, memorizing precedents, building their case. Sirius helps, provides historical context. Family law, ancient traditions. The ministry fears what it doesn't understand, he says. Always has. You need to make them understand, or make them irrelevant. January 15th, 1994. The trial, the Wizengamot chamber. Packed, every seat filled. Gallery overflow, Fudge sits in the minister's seat. Confident, smug. Harry and Hermione stand at the center. 13 years old, facing the government. The ministry's lawyer speaks first. Older wizard, pompous. Soulbonds are rare, dangerous. History shows 3 documented cases, Hermione interrupts. All successful, all contributing members of society. Your argument is based on fear, not evidence. The lawyer sputters. Nevertheless, the public has a right to protection. We've saved lives, stopped threats, contributed to magical research. What danger do we pose? The potential for abuse. 2 minds, 1 goal. You could what? Hermione's voice is sharp. Hypotheticals aren't grounds for legislation. Show actual harm. Prove actual danger. The lawyer falters, looks to Fudge. Fudge takes the stand himself. Tactical error. Hermione cross-examines. Minister, have Harry and I ever harmed a citizen of magical Britain? No. But that doesn't mean, have we broken any laws? Not, technically. However, have we in fact saved lives? The troll incident 1st year? The basilisk 2nd year? The Dementor petition 3rd year? Tell me, Minister, what spell did you use in your last crisis? Fudge goes red. I am not on trial here. Never faced a dark creature. Never risked yourself for others. Yet you presume to regulate those who have. The chamber erupts. Laughter. Applause. Shock. Dumbledore watches from the gallery. Expression complicated. Pride. Concern. Fear. The vote is called. The Regulation Act. Pass or fail. 22 in favor. 56 against. The bill fails. Fudge storms from the chamber. Face purple. Hands shaking. Harry and Hermione remain. Accepting congratulations. Handshakes. Augusta Longbottom approaches. You humiliated the minister. In public. On record. He humiliated himself. Hermione corrects. True, but he'll never forgive this. You've made a permanent enemy. Harry's expression is calm. We've made an enemy of corruption, of incompetence, of fear-based governance. I can live with that. Augusta smiles. Sharp. You're dangerous, both of you. Not because of the bond, because you're right. And you're not afraid to prove it. She leaves. The chamber empties. Harry and Hermione stand alone. We did it, Hermione thinks. We won. Against the entire ministry together. Outside, the Daily Prophet prepares its headline. Bonded duo defeats ministry overreach. Fudge humiliated in public trial. The article will run for a week. Fudge's approval ratings will plummet. And Harry and Hermione, 2 13-year-olds, will have proven that unity is stronger than authority, that truth is stronger than power, that together they're unstoppable. June 1995, 4th year ends. But something is wrong. Harry's scar burns. Not occasionally, constantly. A low-throb background radiation of dark magic, growing stronger. He's moving, Harry says. Late night, Ravenclaw common room. Empty except for them. The Horcrux destructions destabilized him, Hermione agrees. 5 destroyed. The diary, the locket, the ring, the cup, the diadem. They retrieved the cup from Gringotts last summer. Legal claim through Harry's Gryffindor heritage. The goblet was Hufflepuff's. They argued it belonged in Hogwarts, not a Death Eater's vault. Destroyed it with basilisk venom. Same as the others. The diadem, hidden in the room of requirement, found through months of searching. Destroyed with fiend fire, controlled, precise. 5 Horcruxes, gone. Nagini was never created. Voldemort's wraith too weak, too scattered, no host to perform the ritual. But the wraith itself remains, desperate, dying, dangerous. He's going to try to return, Harry says. The ritual, like in the original timeline, bone of the father, flesh of the servant, blood of the enemy. June 24th, 1995. The Triwizard Tournament never happened in this timeline. Barty Crouch Jr. was caught before he could infiltrate Hogwarts. The tournament never occurred, but Voldemort's supporters remain, hidden, waiting. One in particular, Peter Pettigrew. He escaped Azkaban 3 months ago. During a Dementor feeding, transformed, fled. Sirius's sources tracked him to Albania, then to England, Little Hangleton. The Riddle Graveyard, he's preparing the ritual, Sirius says. Emergency flu call. His face in the fireplace grim. Tonight, midnight. I've contacted the Aurors, but they'll be too slow, Harry finishes. We need to be there. He'll come for us anyway, Hermione adds. Better to control the battlefield. Choose the terms. End this. Sirius's jaw tightens. I'm coming with you. No, we need you as backup. If something goes wrong, if we need extraction. You portkey us out, Harry. Please, trust us. Long silence, then Sirius nods. I'll be ready. Emergency portkey. Say the word Phoenix and you're out. They disconnect. Hermione looks at Harry. Are we really doing this? Yes. We could die. June 24th, 1995. 11:47 p.m. Little Hangleton Graveyard. They apparate, side along. Technically illegal at their age. But emergencies require flexibility. The graveyard is old, overgrown, tombstones leaning. At the center, a cauldron, bubbling, green flames beneath. Peter Pettigrew, older, grayer, missing a hand from his escape, preparing. He sees them, goes white. You're not supposed to be here, and yet we are, Harry says, calm, cold. Pettigrew draws his wand, trembling. The Dark Lord will rise, with or without you. I've already gathered the bone, the flesh I'll give, all that's needed is. My blood, Harry finishes. I know. I've heard this speech before. Before, the spell hits their bond-generated shield, dissipates. Hermione gestures, wandless. Pettigrew's wand flies from his hand. You can surrender, Hermione offers. We'll take you to the Aurors. You'll stand trial, live. Never. The Dark Lord promised me power, immortality. He promised you lies, Harry says. Pettigrew pulls something from his robes. A vial, silver liquid, Voldemort's wraith, contained, barely corporeal. He's here, he's ready, and your blood will bring him back. Pettigrew drinks the vial, screams. The wraith enters him, possesses him, takes control. Pettigrew's eyes go red, his voice becomes high, cold, terrible. Potter and the girl. How convenient. Speaking through Pettigrew's body, Harry and Hermione stand their ground. Tom, Harry says, using the name deliberately, you're dying. You know this. 5 Horcruxes destroyed. Your soul is fragmenting. Unstable. Then I'll create new anchors, stronger ones, starting with your corpse. You'll try. Voldemort raises Pettigrew's hand. Casts. Not a spell. Pure dark magic. A wave of force. Malevolent, crushing. Harry and Hermione counter. Together, their bond flares. Gold-silver light, bright enough to illuminate the graveyard. The dark magic hits their shield, shatters. Voldemort stumbles back. What? What are you? Bonded, they say. One voice, synchronized. Something you can never understand, never replicate, never defeat. Voldemort screams, casts again. Avada Kedavra, the killing curse. Green light, death itself. Harry and Hermione don't block it, they redirect it. Their combined magic creates a field, warps space, bends reality. The curse curves, arcs, returns to sender, hits Pettigrew's body, the wraith shrieks. Tears free, leaves the corpse. Pettigrew collapses, dead. Eyes open, empty. The wraith hovers, formless, desperate. You killed my host. You killed him, Hermione corrects. We just sent your curse home. The wraith tries to flee, to escape into the night. Harry and Hermione reach out, not with wands, with will. The bond extends, captures, holds. The wraith struggles, screams, claws at their magic, but the bond is love, unity, everything Voldemort destroyed in himself. It burns him, consumes him. You can't. I am immortal. I am mortal, Harry says. Human. Tom Riddle, who feared death so much he destroyed his own soul. We're giving you what you wanted, Hermione adds. An end to fear. An end to running. No. No. I will not. I will fear with light. Gold and silver, the bond's energy, pure, cleansing. Voldemort screams. One last time, then. Silence. The wraith is gone, dissolved, destroyed. Tom Marvolo Riddle, dead. Finally, completely, forever. Midnight, the graveyard. Harry and Hermione stand, holding each other, shaking. Pettigrew's body lies at their feet. The cauldron bubbles, empty, unused. Is it over? Hermione whispers. Yes. Are you sure? Harry focuses, reaches out with his magic, searches for any trace of Voldemort, any fragment, any shadow. Nothing, I'm sure. Footsteps, running, multiple people. The Aurors arrive, led by Amelia Bones, wands drawn, alert. She sees them, sees Pettigrew's corpse, sees the empty cauldron. What happened here? Harry's voice is steady. Peter Pettigrew attempted to resurrect Voldemort. We stopped him. Voldemort's wraith is destroyed. Pettigrew is dead. It's over. Amelia stares. You're 14 years old. And we ended a war before it could begin. Other Aurors spread out, securing the scene, examining evidence. Sirius apparates, sees them, alive, whole runs, pulls them both into a crushing hug. You did it. You actually did it. We did. Amelia approaches. Cautious. We'll need statements, full accounting. This is unprecedented. We'll cooperate, Hermione says. And the body? Self-defense. Pettigrew cast the killing curse. We redirected it. Amelia nods slowly. That's advanced magic, Newt level at minimum. We've been training since we were 5. June 25th, 1995. Daily Prophet, front page, Voldemort destroyed. War averted. Bonded duo saves wizarding world. The article is breathless, detailed, shocked. 2 14-year-olds faced down the Dark Lord's wraith, destroyed him permanently. Interviews with Amelia Bones. Confirmation of Pettigrew's death. Voldemort's dissolution. The wizarding world doesn't know whether to celebrate or fear. These children are more powerful than most adults. What happens when they grow up? July 1995. Wizengamot emergency session. Harry and Hermione are summoned, not to stand trial, to be honored. Order of Merlin, first class, both of them. Youngest recipients in history. Fudge presents the medals. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. He's terrified. They embarrassed him months ago. Now they've saved the world. His political position is untenable. Mr. Potter, Miss Granger, on behalf of magical Britain, thank you. The words are hollow, scripted. Harry and Hermione accept the medals. Polite, gracious. Don't mention Fudge's incompetence. Don't gloat. They've won. That's enough. August 1995. Grimold Place. The aftermath. They sit in the library, reading, relaxing. First time in months without threat, without pressure. Peace. Real peace. Sirius enters. Tea tray floating behind him. How are my heroes? Tired Harry admits. We've been fighting since we were 5, Hermione adds. It's strange. To stop. Sirius sets down tea, sits with them. What will you do now? You're famous. Powerful. The world is watching. Harry and Hermione share a look. That wordless conversation, instant understanding. We'll finish school, Harry says. Learn what Hogwarts can still teach us. Hermione's smile is thoughtful. Then we change things. Properly. The ministry needs reform. Magical education needs updating. Muggle-born integration needs support. You're planning a revolution. We're planning progress, Harry corrects. The war is over. Now we build what comes after. Sirius raises his teacup to building, to progress, to the terrifying future you two are going to create. They toast 3 people who saved the world, who ended darkness, who now face a harder challenge, creating light. September 1995, Hogwarts, 5th year. They return to school, different now. Order of Merlin recipients, war heroes, legends. Other students stare, whisper, keep distance, not from fear, from awe. Harry and Hermione ignore it. Walk to the Ravenclaw table. Sit, normal as they can be. Dumbledore addresses the school. Welcome speech, new year, new opportunities. He looks at them. Directly, this year, we celebrate peace, hard won, dearly bought. Thanks to two students who exemplify everything Hogwarts teaches. Courage, wisdom, unity. Harry and Hermione don't stand, don't acknowledge, just sit, together, hands linked. It's really over, Hermione thinks. The war is, our work isn't. What do we do now? Harry looks around the hall, at students, young, innocent, safe. Safe because of them. Now we teach them. We prepare them, we make sure they never need to fight like we did. How? By being better than those who came before, by refusing to repeat their mistakes. Together, always together, Dumbledore finishes his speech. The feast begins. Food appears, laughter rises, life continues, and at the Ravenclaw table, two 14-year-olds who saved the world begin planning the next one. Better, wiser, kinder, together. That night, Ravenclaw Tower, the other students finally approach, no longer wary, respectful. Cho Chang speaks for them. You saved us, all of us. How do we thank you? Harry's answer is simple. Live, be happy, build futures worth saving. That's it, that's everything. Hermione adds, we didn't fight to be worshipped, we fought so you could be free. Use that freedom well. The Ravenclaws nod. Understanding. Then Terry Boot asks the real question. What happens to you two now, after Hogwarts? Harry and Hermione share that look, that instant communication. We teach, Hermione says. We reform. We build. For advanced students. For anyone who wants to learn beyond traditional limits. You're creating a school? Eventually. First, we finish this one. The Ravenclaws absorb this. Then, slowly, smiles. We'll help, Cho says. Whatever you build, we'll help. Others nod. Agreement, commitment, a movement, beginning. Started by two 5-year-olds who held hands in a library. Ending with a generation ready to change the world. Together, June 1996, end of 5th year, Hogwarts. Harry and Hermione sit their OLL's ordinary wizarding levels, exams designed to test 5 years of magical education. They complete every subject. Perfect scores, every single one. 12 OLL's outstanding in all. The examiners are baffled, impressed, slightly terrified. In 40 years of testing, Griselda Marchbanks says, I've never seen anything like this. You answered questions that weren't even on the exam. Demonstrated magic we didn't ask for. We were thorough, Hermione says simply. You were showing off. Harry's smile is slight. We were demonstrating competence. There's a difference. Griselda shakes her head. You're 15. You shouldn't be this advanced. We're bonded. We've been training since we were 5. This is just what we are. She leaves, muttering about prodigies and impossible standards. McGonagall pulls them aside. Her expression is complicated. I've spoken with the headmaster, with the board of governors. You've surpassed the curriculum, both of you. We know, Hermione says. We'd like to offer you positions, starting next year. Not as students, as assistant professors. Silence. Harry and Hermione exchange looks. A full conversation in seconds. What subjects, Harry asks. Defense against the dark arts, and a new elective, advanced magical theory. You'd teach 6th and 7th years, students who want to go beyond standard curriculum. We're 16, Hermione points out. You're also war heroes, Order of Merlin recipients, the most magically advanced students Hogwarts has seen in a century. Age is irrelevant. Harry speaks carefully. We'll consider it, but we have conditions, such as we modernize the curriculum, we teach practical magic, not just theory, real defense, real application, and we teach together, Hermione adds. Always, no separation. McGonagall nods slowly. I expected nothing less. You have the summer to decide. Summer 1996. Grimmauld Place. Planning, they sit in the library. Now fully restored. Beautiful. Light. Books everywhere. Maps, diagrams, plans. If we take the positions, Harry says, we commit to Hogwarts, to reform from inside, But if we don't, Hermione counters, we're free to build something new. Our own institution. Our own methods. Sirius listens from his armchair. What do you want? Truly? They look at each other. We want to teach, Harry says. We want to change magical education, Hermione adds. Make it accessible, modern, effective. Can you do that from inside Hogwarts? Long pause. Then Hermione nods. Yes, if we have support. If McGonagall becomes headmistress after Dumbledore. If we have autonomy. August 1996. Hogwarts. The negotiation. Dumbledore. McGonagall. The Board of Governors. Harry and Hermione present their terms. Written, detailed, non-negotiable. Hermione speaks. 1. We teach together, all classes, all students, no exceptions. 2. We control our curriculum, no ministry interference, no outdated methods. Harry continues. 3. We establish an advanced track for students who want more, who can handle more. 4. We receive full professor salaries, not assistant rates, equal pay for equal work. The Granger Potter Institute for Advanced Magical Studies. Dumbledore's eyebrows rise. You're planning to leave after 3 years? We're planning to expand, Hermione corrects. Hogwarts will remain. Our institute will supplement, not replace. A governor speaks, older wizard, skeptical. You're 16 years old. You're asking for unprecedented control. We've earned it, Harry interrupts. Not rudely, factually. We've saved lives, ended wars, proven ourselves repeatedly. We're not asking for charity, we're offering value. McGonagall speaks. I support this completely. They're right. About the curriculum, about the methods, about everything. Dumbledore is silent, thinking. Then, I accept your terms, on one condition, which is, I retire. At the end of this year, Minerva becomes headmistress. You answer to her. Not to me, not to the ministry, to someone who understands what you're trying to build. Harry and Hermione look at each other. Can we trust this? McGonagall, yes. Him, maybe. It's the best offer we'll get. They nod. Agreed. Contracts are signed. Magic binds them. Terms set. They're professors now. At 16. September 1996. The first class, Defense Against the Dark Arts. 6th years. Mixed houses. Harry and Hermione stand at the front. Robes, professors' robes. Still strange, students file in. Nervous, curious, awed. These are their professors, 2 years older than them. War heroes. Legends. Harry speaks first. We're not going to teach you parlor tricks. We're not going to waste time on theory you'll never use. We're going to teach you to survive, Hermione continues. This class is practical. You'll duel, you'll defend, you'll make mistakes and learn from them. We expect effort. We expect growth. We don't expect perfection. A Slytherin raises her hand. Daphne Greengrass, how do we know you can actually teach? You're 16. Harry's response is calm. Demonstrate your best shield charm. Daphne stands. Wand, drawn, protego. A shimmering barrier appears. Standard, adequate. Harry gestures. Wandless, a stunner fires, hits her shield. It shatters. Daphne stumbles back. That's a standard shield, Harry explains. Against a standard attack, it fails. We're going to teach you shields that don't fail. Hermione adds, by the end of this year, you'll block that same stunner, without wands, without incantations, through pure will and technique. The class stares. That's impossible, someone mutters. We do it every day, Harry says. It's not impossible. It's just advanced, and you're ready for advanced. December 1996. Progress. 3 months in, the advanced track is thriving. 27 students, 6th and 7th years, hand-picked, dedicated. They're learning wandless basics, shield construction, dueling theory, practical defense. None of them are as advanced as Harry and Hermione, but they're improving. Faster than traditional students, better than textbook methods. Neville Longbottom, once timid, now capable, casts shield charms that hold against multiple attackers. Luna Lovegood, eccentric, brilliant, discovers a new variation on the Patronus charm. Hers manifests as a hare, silver, beautiful, Cho Chang, graceful, precise, masters wandless levitation in 6 weeks. They're proving it. The new methods work. McGonagall observes, takes notes, impressed. You're changing them, she says. After one class, private conversation, we're teaching them, Hermione corrects. It's the same thing. June 1990, 3 years later, Harry and Hermione are 19, still teaching, still revolutionizing. But the time has come. The Granger Potter Institute for Advanced Magical Studies. They've found a location. An old manor in the Scottish Highlands, purchased with Harry's inheritance and Hermione's patents. She's invented 7 new spells, licensed them. The royalties are substantial. Harry contributed research papers, magical theory, advanced wandless techniques. Together, they're wealthy. Not from fame, from innovation. The institute opens in September, accepting students age 15 and up. Advanced curriculum, small classes, individualized instruction, bonded pairs receive priority. But anyone dedicated, anyone willing to work, can apply. September 1999. The Institute. Opening day. 43 students. First class. From 11 countries, all magical backgrounds. Pure blood, half-blood, muggle-born, some are bonded. 3 pairs, rare, beautiful. Others are individuals, seeking knowledge beyond traditional limits. Harry and Hermione address them. Great hall, smaller than Hogwarts. More intimate. We built this, Harry says, because magical education is stagnant, outdated, limited by fear and tradition, Hermione continues. Here, we don't limit you, we challenge you. We teach you magic as it should be taught, as art, as science, as discipline. You'll work harder than you ever have, Harry adds. You'll fail, you'll struggle, but you'll emerge stronger, wiser, more capable than any traditional program could make you. Nervous? What makes this different from Hogwarts? Hermione's smile is gentle. At Hogwarts, you're taught to follow rules. Here, you're taught to understand why the rules exist and when to break them. December 2000, the movement grows. The Institute's reputation spreads. Graduates go on to positions in the Ministry, the International Confederation, research institutions, teaching positions. They're different. Everyone can see it. More confident, more capable, more innovative. Traditional institutions notice. Some adapt, some resist. Hogwarts, under McGonagall, adapts, incorporates some of Harry and Hermione's methods, modernizes. Other schools, Beauxbatons, Durmstrang, Ilvermorny, send representatives, want to learn, want to understand. Harry and Hermione teach them, freely, openly. Knowledge isn't meant to be hoarded. June 2020. 20 years later, Harry and Hermione are 39, still bonded, still together, always together. They married young, age 20, private ceremony, Sirius officiated. Now, they have children. James, 15, starting at the Institute this fall. Lily, 13, showing early signs of advanced magical ability. Rose, 10, brilliant, already reading Newt-level texts. All 3 were born with the bond's legacy. Not bonded themselves, but magically stronger, more intuitive, connected to their parents in ways that transcend normal family bonds. The Institute has expanded. 3 campuses now, Scotland, Germany, Japan, 200 students annually, 10% bonded pairs. The phenomenon is increasing. Something about the bond. It's becoming more common, more accepted. Harry and Hermione's example showed the world. Bonds aren't dangerous. They're powerful, beautiful, worth protecting. July 2020, the ceremony, the Ministry, Grand Hall, 20-year anniversary of Voldemort's defeat, memorial for those lost in previous wars, celebration of peace achieved. Harry and Hermione are invited. Guests of honor. They attend. Reluctantly. They don't enjoy fame. Never did. Minister Shacklebolt speaks. Kingsley, promoted years ago, good man, fair leader. 20 years ago, 2 14-year-olds ended a war before it could begin. They've spent the years since building, teaching, creating a future worth living in. He gestures to them, Harry and Hermione Potter. Would you say a few words? They stand, together, walk to the podium. Hermione speaks first. 20 years ago, we were children, fighting battles we shouldn't have had to fight. We won. But that victory was just the beginning, Harry continues. The real work wasn't destroying Voldemort. It was building what came after, creating systems, educating people, ensuring the next generation wouldn't need to fight like we did. We didn't do it alone, Hermione adds. We had help. Sirius, McGonagall, every student who believed in change, every teacher who adapted, every parent who trusted us with their children. Harry's voice is steady, firm. The bond gave us power, but unity gave us purpose. Love gave us strength, and hope gave us direction. 20 years later, Hermione concludes, the world is better, not perfect, but better, and that's all any of us can ask. Applause. The entire hall, standing. But Harry and Hermione don't bask in it. They leave the podium, return to their seats, hold hands, as always. September 20, 2005, the Institute, 25th anniversary. They're 44 now, gray threading through their hair, laugh lines around their eyes, still teaching, still bonded, still together. The opening ceremony, 500 students, 7 campuses worldwide. James teaches now, defense, following his parents' footsteps. Lily researches, magical theory, publishing papers, making discoveries. Rose is still studying, 6th year, brilliant, destined for greatness. Harry and Hermione stand before the assembled students. One last speech, Harry begins. 25 years ago, we founded this institute on a simple principle. Magic is meant to be shared. Not hoarded, not feared. Shared. The future we dreamed of. You come from everywhere. You bring everything. And together, you're creating something we never imagined. We're retiring, Harry says. Quiet. Final. After this year, we're stepping back, letting the next generation lead. Gasps, murmurs. But before we go, Hermione adds, we want you to remember, the bond taught us, showed us, unity is strength, love is power, and together, anything is possible. You don't need to be bonded, Harry says. To be united, you don't need magic. To be strong, you just need each other. They step back. The students rise. Applause, tears, gratitude. 2 people who changed the world, now letting it change without them. December 2025, Grimmauld Place, Christmas. The family gathers. Sirius, 71, gray-haired, still sharp, still alive, healthy. James and his wife, Cho, married 3 years. Lily and her partner, a research colleague. Rose, home from school. And Harry and Hermione. Together they sit around the fireplace, talking, laughing, remembering. Rose asks the question, do you regret it? The bond. Everything that came with it? Harry and Hermione share that look, that instant communication. 25 years perfected. Never, Harry says. Not once, Hermione adds. Even the fighting? The danger? Especially that, Harry explains, because we faced it together. We were never alone, never lost, never broken. The bond didn't make us strong, Hermione says. It revealed strength we already had, gave us the courage to use it. Sirius raises his glass, to the bond, to unity, to 2 5-year-olds who held hands in a library and changed everything. They toast. The fire crackles. Snow falls outside, and in the warmth of Grimmauld Place, the house that was once a tomb, now a home, a family celebrates, not just survival, but life. Real, beautiful, complete. Life 50 years later, Harry and Hermione are 94. The bond sustained them, kept them healthy, strong, together. They sit in their garden behind the Institute's original campus, watching students practice, young faces, eager minds. The world they built, better, wiser. Kinder magical education is transformed. Modernized, accessible, bonded pairs are common now. Accepted, celebrated. The Institute has campuses on 6 continents, thousands of graduates, hundreds of innovations, all because 2 5-year-olds held hands and never let go. Harry's voice is soft. Do you think we did enough? Hermione squeezes his hand. Look at them. Look at what we built, what they're building. Young students practicing wandless magic, dueling, learning, growing. We did more than enough, she says. We gave them possibility. They're making it reality, together, always together. They sit, hands linked, watching the sun set. The bond pulses, gold and silver, steady as a heartbeat. 2 souls, 1 life, infinite love. They close their eyes, together, and when they wake together still, in whatever comes next. Together, always, forever. Together, let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.